I had this problem last week, didn't I? Niner! That feels much better. Niner! Still a little squeaky, needs a little time. I gotta take it into the shop. Fam, happy day before Daddy's Day. How you doing tonight? I'm I'm talking about. I got something confused here. It's a little decadence. Shh. Anyway, fam, Niners. D'Amico's D is very scary. It's at this point during the Niners training camp, it's hard to get a clear picture of how good the team is on either side of the ball. I've just come to that conclusion here today. I was thinking yesterday, but I think and the reason I say it's easy to believe a polished veteran defense with just about all of the unit intact and participating is pretty much as devastating as they appear. Also, though, I'm thinking with the transitioning offense, is the defense really being challenged? I mean, I think they're going out there just toying with the offense at this point. Every day's been pretty much like this except for a couple. Because after all, Deebo just came back, right? Sometimes George Kittle, they spin like part of the guys are out on the field offensively. Trent Williams and also Mike, they work when they feel like working now. It's like the 49ers are trying to make sure that certain people don't get hurt, I guess. I'm not sure, but all I know is it's weird. So tonight, going over the details of the Niners Day 10 workout, we'll be going to the phones for your further reactions as well. Hopefully I'm just thinking too much. It's kind of worrisome, though. Because normally we see a back and forth going on where the offense wins a day, the defense wins a day, the defense wins another day, but the offense come back and win a. It's not. It's all one-sided here. The Niners offense continue today to have a number of teachable moments on this Dwight Clark practice Sunday, while the defense helped to facilitate the learning process with a few more INTs. The linebackers guys dominated the session, racking up 3 steals, and they did that within the span of 8 plays. During 11-on-11 work, Marcelino McCrary Ball. Have you ever heard of him before? He picked off Nate Sudfeld, pass intended for tight end Troy Fumagalli. 2 plays later, Jeremiah Jamel intercepted a Brock Purdy pass intended for running back Ty Davis-Price. Who are these people? Okay, when the team segued to move the ball drills, the offense was able to run 5 plays before Fred Warner read the action, jumped the route, and snagged Trey's pass intended for tight end Tyler Croft. There's nothing to use about that because Fred does that to everybody. I didn't really work. That didn't concern me. That's going to happen. Fred's good. Real good. DC, D'Amico Ryan spoke after practice. He was all pumped up when asked about the takeaways his group was able to manage in such a short amount of time. D'Amico was quoted saying, "I think it's reflective of Coach Johnny Holland and Nick Sorensen just working with those guys on a daily basis, working the ball drills, work keys with their eyes, being in the proper position. It's just a credit to the coaches and a credit to the players for putting in the work and going out there and making plays," unquote. T. Lance completed 4 of his 12 passes attempts on this particular day, but remained calm throughout the session, which is good. You don't want him freaking out there. He's got to stay calm, keep mentally he's got to stay grounded. Don't overreact. Keep in mind, though, TL was on the field without a few key players, including, as I mentioned earlier, George Kittle, Trent Williams, another day off, Mike McGlinchey, who all contribute to that pass protection. So we can contrast yesterday's workout, which wasn't bad, from today's with encouragement regarding that progress. More media notes of the day 10 training camp, though. Biggest hit of the day was when Jimmy Ward collided with Brandon Ayuk in the air as B.A. went up to catch a pass from TL. I said, I was been worried about this because every time they go up, it's airborne. Ayuk is always airborne. I kept thinking, I wish he could just catch something on the ground every now and then. The pass was broken up, and fortunately, BA quickly popped up off the ground without injury. Yes. More good news. Best run of the day was made by Jeffrey Wilson Jr. after taking a handoff from Brock Purdy. Mrs. Wilson's baby boy the dude stuck a move on safety Taylor Hawkins, putting him on skates. I like Jeffrey Wilson Jr. I want him to do well. He's been overshadowed for the last few workouts. Everybody's talking about everybody but him. And if they did say anything about him, it wasn't nice. So to hear this, again, Taylor Hawkins that's okay. I just need him to be out there and have some life in him. Was at the accelerator and ran down the sidelines until CB Tariq Castro Fields was able to make that stop. Best deep pass of the day was made by Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy. Purdy dropped one into the hands of Danny Gray, who had gotten separation from Demo, 25 yards down the right sideline. Most eye-catching play of the day was Deebo Samuel, who ran the ball out of the backfield around the left side of the line for a nice gain. The wide back was back in action. More about Demo in a minute, too. Nick Bosa was suited up and has been working in position drills with the defensive line, but did not participate in team drills on the field. Instead, Gerald Bosa's youngest baby boy worked with a coach on his get-off and bend around a quarterback dummy away from the action. See, this is the thing, too. It's like the defense is taking – guys are taking time off there, too. And offensive guard Aaron Banks and defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw have been regularly matched up at the line of scrimmage during team drills, and there has been a solid back and forth between those two. Kinlaw did get pressure on Lance during a play that caused him to misfire on a pass that was almost intercepted by Javarius Ward. Jake Brendel and Daniel Brunskill continued their rotation at center. One thing was of note also, Grant Cohn was out on the field, and Kinlaw can't help but take a shot at him. I'm not. The word is, and this is from Grant himself. Javon walks past him because Javon was having a good day, and looks at Grant. You making notes? So Grant showed him his notes. Yeah, right here. Let's see. There's going to be a little thing going on between those two all year there. Meanwhile, it seems Aaron Banks seems to be solidly entrenched in the left guard, while Spencer Burford has been holding down the right guard spot. I guess we can pretty much figure that might be the case going forward. With both starting tackles getting a rest day, it was Colton McKivitz who was seated on the left side, and Justin School stepped in on the right. And, of course, that made things a little difficult on an offense that doesn't need that kind of absences. The guys have a day off tomorrow, and we'll get back in on it on Tuesday. One other thing before we get to the phones, no matter what, Deebo is feeling confident about the 2022 season. Now that he's back on the practice field, he is trying to make up for lost time and lost reps with Trey. The two have been putting in a lot of work during the and after practices, trying to build some chemistry before the regular season starts. Samuel has no doubt. He has none. The two will get there. Samuel said, quote, "What I've been seeing from Trey since I've been out here, he's willing to learn. He's getting better day by day. This is his first year of really being the guy of the offense, so it's going to take time. That's why we have a camp and the preseason games. By the time week one hits, we'll be hitting on all cylinders." Quote. Yeah, let's go. And Deebo has clarified the misconception that he doesn't want to be with the 49ers, despite the picture the offseason trade request painted. And Deebo did say, quote, "There's no other place I'd rather be than besides here with the guys up top, Jed York, John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan. It's a big brotherhood. I built a bond with them from Mobile in 2018, coming out of college at the Senior Bowl. Once I got here, I just felt like I knew everybody, so we just kept building from there. Then you see all the guys that we have here. We just come together as one." Easy to believe. I would say 80% of what you read was probably not true during that 2 month, 3 month, whatever we went through span. Yeah, that's they're going to do this to us every year. Have us believe in character assassinations and everything else. The media does that every year. They don't care. They just want you to read it. and make your own, and of course, they lead you down that path of whatever conclusion they want you to have. And then, of course, the conversation starts to flow, and they've done their job. I said last year, and I've said every year, stop buying into what the media is saying. Bunch of God. They do this on purpose. And then again, here comes this year, right? Some of it sounded almost accurate. Deebo's brother, though, that was real, because I saw that on Facebook. So, but fam, your concerns now, if you have any, on how things are coming together. We do have a practice. We have a preseason game starting next week, and from there it's a roller coaster ride right into the season. So this is why I asked the question. I wonder if the offense and defense if the defense is as good as they appear, is the offense maybe not as good as it appears right now? But due to the fact that there's some circumstances out here, you got players out there missing all the time. I mean, Nick Bosa is over on another field working on some things. George Kittle. You got the stars are taking breaks. I think Kyle has been snake bitten so many times. He's saying, you know what, I'm gonna keep my billboard guys out of the way of danger. These guys that are coming out and trying to make the team are dangerous, and anything could go wrong. I'm thinking that might be his thinking, Coach Shanahan. So, but how do you teach? Trade needs to be brought up. The whole offense needs to be brought together, and they need to be able to do things together and get some kind of a rhythm, get some kind of chemistry built. Let's be ready here. So, I tell you. Anyway, it's a big show. Hey, I'm not a fan of placing players in positions they've never played, never worked out for us. Buford, right guard, we tried that with Solly T at defensive end and Armstead at defensive end. When he's a natural DT. You're preaching to the choir, bro. I've been crying about this for years. The 49ers insist on versatility, especially in their offensive linemen. I have never been a fan of this, and you're right. The track record speaks for itself. How much success have we had with that? God. And they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Show, thanks for that contribution. It's not something they're learning from. They're going to continue to put our guys in that position, and then we're going to get mad, and then we're going to fight and say, you know what, that's not his position anyway. What did I do with this? That's not his position anyway. So why do they keep on insisting on doing that? And it's failing. Kyle, stop it. Put him out there anyway. Jake Brindle's going to get somebody killed. I want to believe in him, but I do not. I mean, wow. Kyle? We need a center. Is this going to be Let me not freak out. I'm the one who's supposed to make sure that we're feeling good. I'm not panicking. Renzo.
Greetings from North Florida.
Renzo, it's good to hear from you too from North Florida. How's the weather?
What's going on? Sitting here on my anniversary, that's all.
All right. Renzo, anniversary. 2 years. How many years?
2 years.
2-year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations.
Still
it
trying
gets
to get
better.
the wife to come over to be a 49er, man. Still trying to get her.
Wait, Renzo. Are you one of the guys that the wifey is please don't tell me it's the Cowboys.
Yes, it is,
oh,
man.
No. Because you guys are in the
South. Yeah, her and my dad.
God. Because you guys are in the South, and the Cowboys pretty much, I hate to admit it, but the Cowboys kind of own the South, don't they?
Yeah.
That's right. You're representing, and we appreciate that, Renzo. Renzo, looking at what we got going on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, looking at what we have going on now, what are your feelings on practice as it's going so far? See, because I'm for the first couple of times, I said, okay. Third or fourth time, okay, they'll come along. Here we are on day 10, and things are seemingly going south. I don't know, Renzo. My concerns is either unit is the defense as good as they look, or is the offense having a little problem? Or is the offense better than they look, but the defense is just so devastating? What are you thinking?
I think it's the offensive line, especially like you say, the center position. Yes. I've been hearing center having a problem hiking the ball and stuff like that. But other than that, man, I've been
throwed him in the dirt. Throwed him in the dirt. I'm not sure which one it was. Just throwed him in the dirt and went on past him and went and got Trey. I said, I
was like, man.
Kinlaw's not the only guy who can do that.
For as the offense, I heard Brandon Ayuk is just out there terrorizing people, man.
They can't do a thing with him.
Jimmy Ward, he's like, hey, man, I haven't beat this guy one-on-one yet. I was like, hey, that's a good sight to hear.
Yeah, it is. Jimmy went and got him today, but for the most part, Brandon's been owning him.
Yeah. He even got Travaris Ward. He done got him a couple of times, you know.
Worked them all.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
I like that. That's going to take pressure off of Deebo. Mm. And the running backs out here, they've been doing pretty good, you know. But
they
their
don't talk
defense
enough
going
about
to be
them, though, the running backs. They don't really say a lot by the running backs. If you go back to the reports, every now and then they say something about the running backs. You'll hear about a run here, a run there. But for the most part, you're right. This is all about the offensive line that Kyle Shanahan would have you believe there's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah. And me personally, I want to see Price do good because, you know, me, I'm from Florida. I'm a Gators fan, so we watch a lot of SEC football and watch LSU. You know, so
TDP play.
I want to see Price do pretty good, man. He's a strong runner, though.
Oh God, yes, that's a big, strong
boy.
He's
a real strong runner. Like he's for real. He's a strong runner, you know.
And we need that too, because Deebo, I don't want him running any more than necessary this year. If you need a big, strong back, and I think that's what they were thinking. If Deebo's we're gonna limit his runs, we need another guy in there that can pound that offensive or that defensive line coming at him at 100 miles an hour with some size and strength. So yeah, I like him.
But Ronbo, who is going to be our backup behind George Kittle, our tight end? That's another.
Yeah, but we still got, because Ross Dwelly's still out there. I like Ross for what he does, because when George takes off, as long as he doesn't take off for long periods of time, Ross and Juice, they seem to fill that void pretty good. Not George Kittle good, but pretty good, because I mean, Juice could block, and given a chance, Dwelly can actually make plays. So I don't know.
Because what I've been hearing, either the number 2 tight end, either they could block or they're a good catcher.
Yeah,
they're not like George. They're not both. I'm like,
it takes two people to make one George Kittle. You know this.
Yeah. And that's why I hope the offensive line, too, do good so we can get Kittle off that line. Because I'm tired of him being a blocker, man. I'm like, hey, let him get some rec.
You know, and this is something, Fumagalli, I'm not sure. He's supposed to be a resurrection project that's going to come in and do good things, but he hasn't really showed much so far. It sees here Tyler Kroft is George's backup tight end that we signed. Yeah, I'm not watching much about Tyler Kroft. He got picked off today by George. He must be first team, because Fred Warner stopped him from making a reception today. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ronbo, I ain't gonna hold you too long, man. I got to get back to the wife, man.
All right, yeah, you do, because for you to call it, we're honored and flattered. It's your anniversary. You call it in to talk football. Get back to the wife.
Yeah, she let me come on tonight, man. So hey,
happy
much
anniversary.
love to y'all, to you and the faithful, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Renzo. Have a great night, and looking forward to hearing from you soon too. Be back for Tuesday
night. All right,
night.
my brother.
All right.
Yes,
Bye, Renzo. And oh goodness gracious, and this is perfect timing. Watch, it's Big Show says time to go off to George Beckham. I just said that. Thanks, Show. It's Jill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, come on in and relax me, man. Relax. Probably lots of people. All that banging and booming we're seeing in practice is it's a little disturbing. Yeah, but like I said the other day, I'd rather have my defense looking like that than my defense getting beat to death, because that means everybody's going to beat them to death. And at this rate, the offense will be fine.
Always starts out fast, faster than offense. So,
but it seems faster than usual right now.
Well, I think our defense is going to be special.
Yeah, I know. So.
I think this is the best defensive backfield we've had in 5 years.
Yeah, the secondary. You're right.
Defense. Yeah, we've got some corners, and
like this is the first year we've had them too.
So I think this defense has a lot of potential to be top two, top three, something like that. So, Armstead hasn't even played yet. Kinlaw's looking really good in practice.
Good.
And if he stays healthy, he's going to throw a
difference.
lot of offensive linemen on their back. So, this could be in our pass rush with Bosa and, we got Hyder and this kid that we drafted. I mean,
and Bosa's only playing part-time too out there in practice. I mean, he's on another field working on some specialty things. They don't even use him, but that's good. I don't want him getting hurt.
As far as we still got Warner at tight end, and he hasn't played because of his core. He's recovering from his core muscle thing.
Yeah.
And and Willie. So we're good at tight end, and they all know the system. So
you get to let some of those guys. I don't know how many are going to make. We signed Tyler Croft. I haven't really looked at him much. Phil, how does he look to you?
I don't know much.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
I don't know anything about Tyler Croft.
My biggest concern, like everybody else's, is the interior offensive line.
Yeah.
That's it.
Scary.
Now, everything else, I think we are top tier at every position.
We're stacked at every position for sure, too. This happens to us every year, Phil.
And it's the
every year.
One offensive line. That's it.
Yeah. It's too late to do anything about it, Phil. What we have is what we're going to have.
Not really. There's some players out there. There's
offensive linemen.
There's a center out there that I forget his name, but he's pretty good center. He's been Pro Bowler, and I forget his name, but he's still available.
Yeah, I heard about it. Kyle already made a statement about that, though. But I wish he's, Kyle. It's okay if you want to lie. We'll accept that. Go get him, please.
Yeah, but Banks needs to step up, obviously, and but I'm not sure why they're not playing Brunskill as much in the first team. But
I thought he was. Though. They keep going back and forth. Brindle and Brunskill seem to be going back and forth today. Brunskill tomorrow. Brindle tomorrow. I don't know. They can't make up their mind.
No, they can't, and that's bothersome.
Yes.
I mean, his Trey needs a center that's going to take control of the offensive line.
Yeah.
And so,
God,
those are my biggest concerns.
So important for this year. Oh, man.
Yeah.
God.
Well, the only real solid offensive lineman we have right now is Williams.
Yeah.
You know what?
Phil, Mike McGlinchey, I got a feeling he's going to be solid this year.
I think so too, but he's still a question, right? So,
if for no other reason other than that injury.
No, the injuries and his ability to not block on the pass protection.
Oh, yes.
And when we run the ball, he's great.
Oh,
I have no problem with.
He's ranked at number 2 in the league. I think 1 or 2 behind. Yeah, it's him and Trent.
So. Those are my biggest concerns. And no spot on the defense am I concerned. Not one spot, providing we don't get injured. But we've got – our defense is going to be special. And if they get interceptions, right, that's going to help Trey.
Yeah. That's what the whole teachable moments. Here's what not to do. When you see this, back off, go another direction, option 2, option 3. That's true. There's a lot they can learn out there from this. Hopefully they can learn it all. I just wish they had a couple more weeks of classes before the season gets started.
I mean, Trey's on the speed dial. He's going to play most of the plays, most of the preseason, get them ready. And, there's guys that you're going to sit out like Trent Williams and George and, some of the older guys who don't need the work. But, I'm not too worried about it. I just need to see Trey progress and the offensive line in the middle gets solidified.
And that's
Until
then,
that's
number 1. That offensive line. What they do is going to transcend what this team does offensively.
Because every other position, I think we are as good as we've ever been.
Oh, And depth, it's quality depth, Phil. It's not just a bunch of things that Balky dragged in. These guys could play. They're sitting on the bench and could start for a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've got really deep depth at almost every position on the defense for sure. And offensively, we're, with Ayuk and Deebo.
Yeah. You're always in the game.
Jews,
and you got George Kittle add to that group. You're always in it. No doubt.
Yeah. So
it's all about execution.
Like I said, the interior offensive line and how they handle the season.
I see George doing a lot of blocking again this year, Phil.
Injury.
That's the only problem. George's gonna have to help block. Juice, they're gonna have to stay in and block for a while. That takes them off the offensive. I don't know. Well, I guess Kyle's got it all figured out.
Yep, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Remember, Kyle's keeping his playbook close to the vest, so
like he always
they're
does.
not going to bring out the plays until the regular season.
Absolutely. Phil, so good to hear from you again. Let's,
all right, Ronbo.
Started. I know I'll look forward to hearing from you Tuesday.
I'm back.
All right. Good.
I'm out of retirement.
Phil retires the same time every year, and he comes rolling back in right about now. All right, Phil. See you Tuesday.
All right, Ronbo. You take care.
You too.
All
Bye,
right,
fam.
bye.
Hey, yo, Jay. Jay's trying to fix his stuff. Watch him all of a sudden come in.
Hey.
There he is. I know you, Jay. Jay.
Ronbo, hello.
Yeah, make sure you dry your hands off. All right, go ahead. All right. Hey. Hey, Jay.
I'm frankly worried about Trey, Ronbo.
How come?
Honestly, all these stuff about training camp, Ronbo. I think he might be a bust at this point. To be honest.
You're actually quoting somebody else, aren't you?
I don't know who am I quoting, Ronbo.
There's a lot of people that are saying, Rams fans are saying that right now. They're running through the chat saying that, in fact.
Yeah. But whatever. I don't know if you heard this, Ronbo, but I hope I'm wrong too. I hope I'm wrong. Did Emmanuel Mosley practice today or
There's
no?
another thing that worried me.
No, I'm worried.
He was over on a side field, indicating that either he's taking a break like some of the other veterans, or he's hurt again. You know what though? This year I'm not going to worry about that because now the depth in that cornerback room is not shaky. I want Mosley out there. He's the best guy on the other side of the field next to Travarius. But if he can't play, I'm not going to pass out this year like I always do and have to be resuscitated and check into a hospital for between games. Damn it.
Ronbo, but come on. E-Man is way better than Ambry Thomas and
I agree.
The other guys, man.
Hopefully way more experience.
Hopefully it's just the rest of it, to be honest. Hopefully. But, our defense, amazing. Three interceptions today. Wow.
And they did within 8 plays, 3 takeaways. Here's the thing. This is why I can't. We're not going to be able to tell anything from the scrimmage against the Packers because nobody's going to be playing their A teams. If we could rout the Bears and beat them up like we beat up each other, I'm going to be happy. Yeah. Because, hey, Jay, that will indicate that defense will beat anybody's butt to death, including the Bears. And depending upon what degree they beat the Bears up with, we can get excited about week 2 as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I think in preseason, I think we're not even going to, script our plays until, the last preseason game. I think that's what we did last year, right? Kyle made a game plan for only week 3 against the Raiders, I'm pretty sure. I think I might be wrong, but
it's vanilla. They have a little bit of structure, but not much in what they do, and then it's all vanilla. You don't want to give away anything, and they won't.
Yeah, but I think Ronbo. Wait, never mind. I think it's too early for that. I was about to say, well, what's your prediction for this year? You think we're going to the playoffs, in your opinion?
I think Kyle is going to get that offense to generate enough points. All they need is 21 this year, and the defense will handle the rest. There's going to be if the defense is anywhere near as good as they look right now, we're going to have the ball a lot. We're going to have clock management to win those games a lot. So I figure the offense will start clicking probably around week 7. And from there, if the 49ers are still afloat, domination. I see them going to the playoffs.
Ronbo, answer the question. It's a yes or no answer.
Immediately, I can't answer. Jay, wait. I can't answer
What?
today. I'm not.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah, don't answer his name.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I'll say yes, and then as we get time to explain, because I don't want to be in the middle of the season saying, I wanted to tell Jay that day till Emilio told me it was just a simple question.
But yeah,
what do you think? Are we going?
I feel like we're gonna go 10-7 this year again, like last year. But we have a harder schedule than last year. I think we do. Pretty sure we do.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
We're playing mostly playoff teams this year, with the exception of about 2 or 3.
yeah. Well, that's about it, Ronbo. Trey is gonna throw like at least 50 interceptions this year. By the way, I'm gonna bet that. I'm gonna bet $100,000 on that. Okay.
Don't do that, Jay. Don't give.
I'm just kidding,
okay.
Ronbo. I'm just
Kyle's
kidding.
gonna have
Okay. Yes.
Kyle's gonna have him in shape because Kyle, his ass is on the line too. He's got to make this work. So, yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah. You have a good day, Ronbo.
You too, Jay. Have a good
Yeah.
night.
But.
Emilio, man, putting pressure on you, man. I'm gonna put some pressure on Fly Guy too. Same way. Hey, Fly Guy, come on in, fam.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy, let me ask you what Jay hit me and Emilio made me answer quickly. Are we going to the playoffs this year?
I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
See,
the best team, sometimes like you see how KC was the best team and they just couldn't win it all. Again, it's like any team can flop.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how it's going to turn out to be, so we're just hoping for the best.
There you go. Jay, that's why I said it was too soon to ask. And Emilio, man, come on, man. Hey, Fly Guy.
Yeah.
Okay, what we're looking at now is we're seeing the defense is doing it. And most of us believe that if the offensive line was better, it wouldn't be like this. You believe that? I mean, that's what I want to believe. I do believe that, actually. What are you thinking?
I mean, I heard somebody was saying something. I don't know who it's from. They were saying it's kind of hard to block when you ain't got no helmet on. Something like that. Somebody was saying that it's like the offensive line will be straight. If Kai's a genius, he say he is. This is the time to prove it. And I believe Kai's up to no good, man. I'm telling you, Kai's up to no good. Kai's trying to run an offense like put points on the board type of offense.
I mean, they seem a little relaxed about this whole situation. Kyle puts Brindle out there at center. Then he puts Brunskill out there at center. He's got Burford on the right side. Mike McGlinchey, you take the day off, I'm going to put School down there. I don't see them being seriously trying to get the offense in, because the defense is fine, Kyle. You need to focus on the offense. I don't want anybody getting hurt out there, but you guys need to get some things together. I don't need Trey under siege on every pass. We gonna be good. Trust me.
Yeah. The offense gonna be fast. It's gonna be option. It's not gonna be drop back like Jimmy G was.
Wait, what's gonna be?
Boy.
More play action?
It's gonna be not play action. It's gonna be quarterback option with the running back, then bootleg to the right and deep. He gonna work the offensive line. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be drop back like Jimmy G had it.
You could be right because he knows he cannot do drop back with that offensive line. You need a lot of movement out there.
Yeah, because Trey can move.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he can run them option with Trey. Like for the running back, Trey quarterback option like they do Lamar. That's what he's gonna do. I already know. most of the time when they run, Trey gonna do the option. Sometimes he keep it and go. Trey the one that's like handed off.
Maybe
when he
that's
feel like,
why he's not seemingly too worried about that offensive line. Yeah, you might be.
I mean, one thing about Clyde, even if he get hurt, he's gonna run the ball. Trust me, Ronbo. It's not gonna be like Trey gonna do good because the way Clyde gonna set it up, I think he's gonna do good because there's gonna be a lot of quarterback option with the running back. Then it's gonna be bootleg, going to the other side and throwing it deep or just going out of bounds. Like he'll be fine.
Keep moving, offense. Keep moving. Don't no standing around. Waiting for plays to develop.
And a lot of sources were saying 49ers could be the most dangerous team to ever play in the playoffs if they make it.
Yeah. And from what you're saying, they're going to rely a little bit more on unpredictability. That makes sense for this team, especially this year.
Trust me, they can be dangerous now. Like, it's the way they run it's not all about Trey. It's how they run it. So you think Trey can't do what Jimmy G did? And he can do it even a little bit more, better, like running the ball too.
It'll maybe a little different. I don't know if any similarities. I don't want him sitting back in there trying to figure out who to throw the ball to. Not yet.
If Jimmy G can do it, I'm saying Trey can do it better. That's what I'm trying to say. If Jimmy G can run the offense, Trey can run it better because Trey, even though I'm not saying he ain't gonna make mistakes, but
they need to run a different style because they're two different quarterbacks. You know, Jimmy's read and release. Trey can run. You can run the option with him, which will help fool the defenses coming in. So it's two different two different attacks. Because I don't want to see Trey in read and release situations. Unless
the most effective play they don't have this year is the option, quarterback option with the running back. So either Trey keep it or the running back. Like I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna do. You gonna see, but most of the time the running back gonna get it. But Trey is like a decoy.
Yeah, but teams will pick
and
up.
Then they're gonna play action up there. They're gonna bootleg. They're gonna roll out. They're gonna draw Deebo reverse. Kind of gonna run the offense, trust me.
Yeah,
people are gonna be fooled. Like, wow, how you stop those guys?
Oh well, yeah, that's the thing. And as long as they can click on that, because they're gonna have to play together for a while to even get that down. Because a lot of motion, that's difficult too. You got to get that timing right, or you got
Deebo coming around. Deebo in the backfield with Trey. You don't know what's going on. That's gonna be. It's gonna be lit. I can't wait. Friday, right?
Next week, Friday, yeah.
Next week or this Friday coming up?
Is this Friday? This Friday is the week.
Yeah.
You're right. This month is creeping. Yes, it is this weekend.
I'm already ready.
Woo! Yo, I didn't even realize we was playing ball this weekend. Oh, my goodness.
It's 5 days, like 5 days away. 5 days.
Well, 5 days away. What we're talking about now is not going to happen this weekend, though. You're just going to see Trey out there for a couple of minutes, and then, of course, it's going to be just bland, vanilla football, right? But you know what? They're going to get more of their work in practice. We don't know what they're doing in practice. We hear what the reporters say, and after the reporters leave, glad they're gone. Let's get work.
We can't watch the practice, but the preseason, we can see now. We can see what they're talking about. Like, this guy, are you? But we ain't got to play the starters, like, too many, like, a few plays, whatever, in his resting. And then let the rookies shine.
Yeah, nobody's going to get hurt in practice. No starters.
Drake Jackson and
him either. He'll get a little bit of time. Because you know what? You don't want Drake Jackson getting hurt either. Not in preseason.
But he got to get a little playing time to learn the game.
Little bit. Just don't have him out there long. And some of those guys that are marginal, you got to take a look at. Let them play.
It's going to be a movie. I can't wait.
I got good stuff. I'm going to tell you what, I want to see you Tuesday, all right?
All
right, Bill. Good night. Man. And as Big Show says, will you be doing In Your Face at Your Place? Show, absolutely. It is the debut of the 2022 season. I can't wait. I can't watch that game without company. And normal human beings don't want to watch games with me anymore. And last time, my brother and I, years ago, watched the ball game. One of us almost got hurt. So I was going to whoop his ass. I don't care if he is my brother, boy. Oh, Raider game too. And here's another one. Who owned the Bay? Man, don't call here no more, man, because I come over there and take your phone and throw it up against the wall. Hey, let me. It is Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here, man. We've been missing you for the last couple of days.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Pop,
Man,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Go ahead.
I've been chilling like a villain, trying to get that funky feeling, trying to reach the ceiling.
He's a poet, and he didn't know it. Pop,
What's going on, man?
Pop, we're looking at things as they are as we come up on this first preseason game, and Fly Guy brought up an interesting point. You know, we're gonna see a whole different offense. So what they're doing out there now, and what they're letting the reporters be privy to, may have nothing to do with what's really cooking. But Pop, give me some observations from what you're thinking.
Oh, that's because NFL teams don't install their offenses after preseason.
Oh, that's right, because a lot of people are getting cut. They won't run around taking no info anywhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, they discuss it in some of the meetings, like the offensive coordinators and offensive coordinators and offensive coaches, they know. The quarterback knows, right? But overall, it's not that it's a tight-lipped secret. It is training camp and preseason, right? So you don't want people coming in, getting waived, getting cut, going someplace else. They got to bring the playbook back kind of thing. And all of a sudden he didn't bring the playbook back and that kind of stuff. So the real offense doesn't get installed until after preseason.
Can you imagine?
So you're going to see vanilla offensive play.
Didn't bring that playbook.
Yeah, you're going to see, yes, I mean, 95% vanilla. There'll be like 5% plays in there where they just kind of want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Probably maybe some plays that build Trey's confidence. That kind of thing. But I don't think Trey has a confidence problem because he's not a weak-minded dude. He's a very heady young man. So
and he's remaining calm out there. From
he should remain calm because I think he understands the score. I mean, Sunday, he all of his offensive linemen weren't playing. I mean, you don't have Trent Williams, you don't have McGlinchey. They're on a rest day, and everybody else at this point
they have a rest day every other day.
Yeah, but it's a long season, right? I mean, Trent Williams is 30-something years old. He can play. We know he can play. McGlinchey's coming off surgery, and we know what McGlinchey is for the most part. So if people think that preseason matters, not as much as you think. The last time
I think most of the work out and during practice.
Yeah. To me, preseason is September and half of October. That's preseason.
I know, right? Every year you watch every team in the league, not only us, start off as slow and kind of unprofessional as can be. Yeah,
it's gonna be. It's gonna be. Expect some pain. Expect some rough times. But you got to be realistic about it. I mean, part of that realistic is, Jimmy G's an efficient quarterback who gets rid of the ball real quick. Well, he kind of had to because we don't prioritize the offensive line. We prioritize the defensive line, and it shows. Number two, the last time the 49ers won a Super Bowl, they were winless in preseason and even got blew out that year by the Eagles. So it had Steve Young cussing on the sidelines, cussing Seifert out.
So Pop's preparing us now. If we don't win a preseason game, don't panic.
No, you don't. We
do that every year, though.
There's no point. I mean, if you're the Rams, you might want to panic because your quarterback is jacked up. I'm serious. You might want to panic.
The Rams don't play nobody in preseason. They don't. All their starters are sitting in the stands.
It's exactly what we should do.
Yeah,
exactly what we should do because it's like there's no bullets flying. There's just nothing to gain from it. You're going to look at some players that are fringe players.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 or 4 guys that are fringe players that you want to get a good look at to see if you can find a role on your team. That's going to happen, right?
That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be. So with a team as stacked as ours, it's going to be difficult to make the roster anyway.
Mm.
So, obviously, I said my concerns about this team months ago, and I said the offensive line is my concern. Because I knew Mac was going to retire. It didn't feel right to me how that situation was going. So I was like, he's probably going to go. So I'm like, well, I wonder who we're going to pick up. Maybe we'll pick up J.C. Tretter from Cleveland.
Isn't J.C. still available?
Yeah, he's still sitting out there. But he's expensive. He's 31. He is, I believe he's the president of the NFLPA.
That does not help. 31 is young for an offensive player. Offensive lineman. Center at that. Oh.
He's young, but he's got 2 bad knees, and he had a bad ankle all last year.
Yeah, that's right. He's that guy that was out all the time. That's why they let him go.
He plays well. He plays well, but he doesn't practice. So
him and Kyler Murray.
Me, it still seems like it's going to be Brendel. I think it's going to be Brendel, but this whole Brunskill thing, it could be that he's there just to back up, make sure he's ready to back up.
Yeah,
it's just I just don't know, how they're approaching things right now. But there's nothing to absolutely panic about right now. The defense is so far ahead, and our offensive line is just way behind. And, our team makes good quarterbacks look bad and bad quarterbacks look good. That's what we do. We shut down Aaron Rodgers. We shut down Dak Prescott in the playoffs, but we let Colt McCoy tear us up. That is who we are.
That's
who we are, Ronbo.
But you know what? I think every team in the league has a stinker or two every year, unless they go undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the Colts against the Jaguars. That was worse than what we did. At least we lost to a contender.
I don't care what nobody says. I still think the worst season of all time is the Patriots going undefeated and losing the Super Bowl. I think that's the worst. That to me, that's right behind the Buffalo Bills getting to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and losing all 4 of them.
Ooh. And they changed the area code to 044 for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So what we need right now is we need Fred Warner to do another cheap shot, but we need to do a cheap shot one of our centers.
We
need to get them fired up.
Bob, we gotta go. You and me, man. It's easy to run up the clock, ain't it? I'll be back Tuesday looking for you, though.
All right, man.
Because we missed you a couple of times.
Folks. Make sure you like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, Bob. Give my best to Bam and Boom and that lovely Mrs. Papa Dragon. Y'all have a great night.
Well, we'll do it. You too.
Thanks, Bam. And hey, Steven and Rome in the house. Hey, Steve.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, we're just sitting here trying to and tonight it's been lighthearted and there's no need. There's Rome. There is no need to be concerned about what's going on in practice right now.
No talking about mamas this time?
Fred is – somebody probably had a talk with Fred. Fred, you know what? We love you, man, and we appreciate being a part of your family as well as a part of ours. But, man, you got to get off my mom's, man. Every time I come down, running down through here, and you say your mama tried to get rid of you before you was born, man, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to take this helmet off. And I'm gonna start packing, man. Because you got sickies out there. Mom should have aborted you as a child. You can't play no ball. You're useless.
God damn.
This is the kind of thing that some dudes just don't have no class. You could say something bad to a guy playing ball with him, but if he's your teammate, you need to know when to quit. God. So, I don't know what Fred's saying, but I know this guy's getting awfully upset.
I know damn well if Fred was talking shit to me, I'm pretty sure he said something about mamas. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, man. I can't see what he would say, but I know damn well it's beyond offensive. For Brandon Ayuk, man, for Trey Lance, the most even kill player on that whole roster, to say something.
And look how big he is compared to make BA that mad to go up against Fred Warner, he had to have finally pulled his every last string and pushed every button. Because he lost his mind for a minute.
He really did. That's what I heard. He lost his goddamn mind, and Fred Warner was like, "Oh, what's up then?" Trying to square up. But I guarantee you, Ronbo, Fred would not pull that shit on Jimmy Ward. He wouldn't pull that shit on Javon Kinlaw either.
No, well, those guys are on his side of the field, though. I mean, but man. Anyway, I think Kyle had a talk with Fred. We haven't heard any such situations, and he had a talk with the whole unit about they're out there throwing haymakers at each other. Guys, the only thing you're gonna do is break your hand, because if you hit somebody in the helmet, that's how Steve. That just shows you how mad they were.
Is that easy?
I used to love to watch football fights on the field. I said, you know what? All I gotta do is keep my helmet on. Go ahead, swing, idiot.
Unless you're Mason Rudolph.
Oh yeah,
and you get hit with your own helmet. That was wild. I remember that. I remember watching it in real time. I was like, God damn.
What made him take off his helmet? First thing I seen was thinking, this dude don't know. He's a quarterback, ain't he? What are you doing?
Yep. I mean, you got to admit, he got more balls than most people on that field.
Yeah.
Taking off his helmet.
And running toward, what's his name? I said, my God. Talking smack and running toward him with no helmet on. His offensive linemen were standing between him and what's that defender's name? So he had a little bit of help. But anyway, hey Steve, let's just talk about Steve. Looking at what we got going on with the offense and defense right now, are you not worried? Are you not concerned? Do you think everything's gonna be okay?
I'm confident, 110%. From what I've been looking and from what I've been seeing, our offensive line, some of the rookies and some of the third strings are looking pretty solid. Again, the question still remains: who's going to be at center, who's going to be at the right side. But I mean, in terms of wide receiver, tight end, running back, quarterback, we're kind of stacked.
Well, we got one quarterback. Nate Setfield's playing against Team 2, I think. Nate's actually doing the best percentage-wise as far as completions. And then there's Brock Purdy. So, yeah. But they'll be okay.
I mean, really, though, you kind of have to – I think Trey's just kind of feeling the defense out, experimenting where he can and can't throw, how hard he can and can't throw. Because remember, Trey's got a cannon. Homeboy got a cannon of an arm. So for him to do interceptions, I'm pretty sure he's probably thinking, I'm probably throwing the ball a little too hard. I need to finesse it. I need to put some spin on it. But if he's getting intercepted, most of the time, that's just probably it's better him doing it there with his own teammates.
Well, you know what?
Exactly.
From what I'm reading, he's going downfield a lot. Those are not high percentage throws. So you're going to get a few of those to work, and a few of them are not going to work. And so he's trying to test and see his ability to go deep downfield, and he's getting picked off there sometimes. But for the most part, he's trying to go further downfield. And he's got Danny Gray out there, who he should be trying with, and Ayuk and Deebo, I guess, are trying to do. They're trying to expand what they've been doing.
I heard Danny Gray shook the shit out of Ambry Thomas.
Today he killed somebody. I forgot who.
Yeah, I think it was Ambry Thomas.
Yeah, it was Ambry. He got Ambry. Yeah.
Oh man.
And Ambry could run with him, so that must have been pretty interesting to watch because Ambry's got great speed. Yeah.
And then who else? Tyreek. What's his name? Castro.
Tariq Castro. I know what you're talking about. He went and caught up with Jeffrey Wilson Jr. as Jeffrey Wilson Jr. was on his way to the races. He's got speed, man. Okay, good.
I'm excited, Ronbo. This defense is solid, though. Overall, as long as they stay healthy, they are solid. Hufanga, you got Jimmy Ward. Who else we got out there? Odom.
You got George Odom. Man. He made a play today. You know what? Yeah. The nice thing about the defense this year, as you mentioned, if anybody goes down, we're not dead meat on that defense. Mm-mm. There's players who can come in and keep the heat on. That's what I'm delighted about.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Jason Verrett does come back, Ronbo?
I forgot to mention that. Yes, Jason Verrett. Kyle says he might be back for week 1. What? Kyle, don't play with our emotions. Really? Even if he doesn't, that's okay because he could be back early on, not as late as I thought he would be.
And then who else we got out there? Travarius Ward. Who else? We picked up another CB. I can't remember what his name is though. It's gonna kill me.
We got a few guys. So
and one of the rookies,
we don't have any bad guys. Demo is probably the only guy on there that may need a little double check look at. Now, hopefully, he makes the team because I like Demo. But we'll see. you gotta like him because he's such he's a grappler. He's a guy gets out there, he fights hard. He needs to be a little faster. He got beat today on a play. It might have been Danny Gray. I'm not sure.
What's that
fancy
word? What's that fancy word? He's enigmatic. There we go. That's a big word.
I like that. Darqueze Dennard. Yes, Tobin, we got Darqueze Dennard out there. First round pick. He's coming back to see if he can resurrect his career with the 49ers. So
I want to know what's going on with our top tier pick, Drake Jackson. I heard he started off real good during the beginning of the OTAs. I want to hear what he's doing right now.
Drake
I want to see how good he's doing.
He got some good reports just the other day. He's got a long line of guys they got to rotate in and out, so the reporters aren't seeing all of them. we got to go. You in Rome? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look for you guys Tuesday.
All right, Ronbo.
Right.
Say goodbye,
have a great
baby.
night, Steven. Goodbye, Rome.
You have a good night.
You too, fam. And we go to B Ham.
Ronbo, what it is, my boy.
B, man, I keep looking at these reports on a daily basis. Defense is just holding a field day every day. And I start questioning. Okay, now is that good? Is the offense just struggling right now due to the fact that certain things are going on in that offense that is enabling that defense to do what they do? And then I said to myself, you know what, though? We're going to find out a little bit more about that defense, but we won't really know until week 1. If they whoop hell out of Chicago, okay, yeah, they're that damn good, So, or is the offense just having a little bit of trouble right now, and they need time to get it together? BM, what are you thinking?
I think the defense is just that damn good, Ronbo. So, if the offense ain't where they need to be,
it's because of
them. It's gonna show. You feel me?
Yeah.
You gotta think, man. That defense, contrary to what a lot of people think, helped Jimmy G get us at least to the NFC Championship twice. So the defense has always been there, except this year we're a lot deeper at cornerback. You know what I'm saying? We got some secondary back there now, so that's a blessing.
Ain't no weaknesses on that D. None. We still see the slot. I'll say Darqueze is probably going to do a job on the slot. But somebody said Womack is doing a great job too, and may be number 1. So what? Okay. We'll see.
I'm hoping whatever happens, you know what I'm saying, they get their the offense go ahead and start clicking. I believe if their offense get to clicking and we can stay on the field a lot more and keep the defense on the field, I believe, man, hey, we might be an unstoppable force. It's going to have to take somebody that's probably just as loaded as us in order to stop us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's going to be tested, too, in the AFC West.
Yeah.
And Tom. Everybody's counting Tom out, B-Ham. Man, I can't count him out. He's still got a certain few number out there.
I can't count Tom out until Tom is at home watching the game.
Yes. Then I know he's not dangerous.
Yeah, man. You can't get rid of TB12. Not that easy.
Man. So, and their defense is pretty good too. So, yeah. And the Packers, B-Ham, I got to tell you, the Packers I'm not all that worried about now because they got rid of too much.
Nah. I mean, unless this boy Christian
Trey's old stomping partner, yeah.
Yeah, unless he
Christian
come out and be a star.
And looks like Devontae.
I ain't really worried about him.
Yeah.
I believe we still gonna shine. I believe we're gonna look good, man. It's just gonna take time for that offense to get together. That defense, you got to think, man. The one thing about it, we missing a couple of people that was there on defense. You know what I'm saying? But those people are really was like the backups. You feel me?
Well,
so the people that we got there now, I mean, our starters been playing together for years. So you got to really think that's really why that defense is. They shouldn't be missing that at a beat. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
We bringing in more people.
Except the guy we
lost. We bringing
to.
in more people on offense, and they got to start gelling together. So
yeah,
I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, in the long run, we'll end up that offense get together and put in an extra night of practice, or, you know what I'm saying, stay out to practice for a couple hours. I'm thinking when they do that 1 or 2 times and they get their mind focused, or they fuck around and lose a game that they shouldn't lose, and they really get ticked off.
Get ready for that. That happens every year.
Yeah, I think that's when they're gonna. Yeah, I think that's when they're gonna come out, and they're gonna be. That's when they're gonna be ready for water in.
So that's why. In fact, we just lost a nose tackle, but you know what? Over to the what's his Jr. Anyway, that
now,
nose
how
tackle.
many? Matter of fact, what are we looking like when it comes to injuries right now, Ronbo? I don't even.
Yeah, well, it's not. No, there's not that lot. There's not. Let me see. Emmanuel Mosley supposedly was working on another field, but I'm not sure what the problem was there. He didn't work out today with the regular unit. The 49ers have gotten a cautious approach this year. We haven't had any injuries up to this point, and you know what? I didn't realize it, but we need to be saying good, because at this point, normally, we've got key injuries already. We don't have any right now.
Well, that's what
I'm trying
we
to
need.
think of. We do have somebody out, it seems. But see, that if I got to think about it that long, maybe we don't. Everybody's taking breaks or something like that, but nobody's really out except for Jason Verrett, and he may be back early in the season now, what they're saying.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to need him and going to need him soon.
Maybe not.
But we got
that secondary looks pretty good.
We got the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we'll be okay.
Yeah, that secondary looks really sharp, and they got depth. And, yeah. So it's just a matter of can they, if you do get hurt, could you please be back in a couple of weeks? That's the only thing.
Right.
So we'll see.
Hey, if you feel something getting loose,
hold your hand up. Come sit down.
Getting loose, man. Come on, sit down and tell somebody and see if we can't massage it out early.
Like Deebo did last year. Deebo's gotten to the point now he knows there's something about to pull. He stopped on that play. I forgot how we were playing, but he ran around the corner and stopped. Oh no! Deebo was just putting the brake on.
Yeah, I remember that. Everybody was on pins and needles, boy.
Yeah. And then he came back and said, "Yeah, I just felt something, so I just said quit and live to play another day." So yeah, that was good. I hope he recognizes that every time now. Don't explode around the corner knowing that hammy's about to snap. We don't care what down it is. Let somebody else come in and do it. Sit down. He went down. We came to sideline. He had to go out 1 week, I think. He came back the following week. Yeah.
Yeah. Long as it's like that, I'm okay.
It's asking a lot, B-Ham. We're gonna see. I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's always a pleasure. We're gonna go and then and look for you on Tuesday. Good to hear from you more often now too. As the season start, B-Ham.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So hopefully, like I say, we continue to trend in the right direction, man. I believe, like I say, as long as the defense keep their foot on the gas, the offense gonna somewhere down the line get better.
And Kyle's got a plan for that offensive line. We're gonna be okay. All right, fam.
Oh yeah.
B-Ham. See you Tuesday.
All right, my boy. Be safe out there.
Hey, you too, fam. Night, B-Ham. There he goes, B-Ham in that big luxury cab and that big rig is. Victor A says, I'm starting to feel bad about Jimmy's situation. Seems like the 49ers holding him hostage or something. Doesn't look good. It's hurting Jimmy. You know, Victor, I have complained about that, but some people have no sympathy whatsoever. And Jimmy's been a big saint about it. He's not even complaining. Big grin on his face after giving $5 to 49er fans. I said, you know, I really don't appreciate the way they're treating him. Mr. Block Ice 2-2. Our D needs to be dominant. Trey is killing it, learning from our D. We will be okay. Since my running backs are focused on the offense, how we're looking pass-wise, question mark. Yeah, Mr. Block Ice and Victor, thanks for the contribution. Yeah, these are things that we can't even begin to – we're not going to get any answers for a while, so we just got to sit back and watch. Hey, Tony, get in here.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Tony, I always love because I know when I sometimes I feel like I should just give you a call when I'm thinking what I think about certain things. Like I'm watching the defense just rampage the offense almost every day. Every now and then the offense does something good, and now they've gotten to the point today where they just last 2 days where they decided Ayuk's not getting anything else either. So I'm thinking, you know, is the defense just that good, or what's going on here?
I like it, Ronbo. I like the way they're playing out the season. I want to give Shanahan props for resting the big boys and keeping them off the field. I mean, we don't need any injuries at this stage. We don't want any injuries at this stage. And we know all the veterans can hit the ground running. So what's the point of just keep them fit, keep them game ready. But there's no need for them to go busting their chops and pull a hammy or something like that. The last thing we need. But, like you said, we're stacked at the defensive side of the ball. Verrett's been out there helping the dudes out, coaching them up and things like that, giving them pointers. If we need to start getting positive. It's a pointy end of the season. If we look back to the 2019 season, we had a whole bunch of rookies on that team that went to the Super Bowl, remember?
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that year, you guys, there's no way this team goes to the Super Bowl. They've got to stack some maturity first. And I was made out a liar. So I'm hoping this year that I'm thinking the wrong direction again.
Yeah, well, let's hope. And we went 8-0 with all those rookies at the beginning of the season.
They were full of piss and vinegar that year. They just came out of the basket, just exploding all over teams. It was amazing. Even Dante Pettis looked good.
Kyle has finally got his man that he's wanted, so he's got no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Trey said on the media, look, I've got to work on my quick release a little bit more. But let's look at the flip side. I mean, let's have a look at how other teams are going to be viewing Trey. I mean, we know who he is. We know, he needs a couple of years under his belt, whatever the case may be. But that's not important, I think. I think how the other teams are looking at him is more important than how we look at him. And in this quarterback, I think we've got an every down threat, because of the usability of his legs. He can run. So that's how I believe every team's going to look at him, as an every down threat. You don't know whether he's going to run, take off and run. You don't know whether he's going to stay in the pocket and sling it downfield or, hand off a short one to Deebo. So
you could constantly be guessing.
There's some added there's some added bonuses there. But I just want the O-line to protect the quarterback, man, because we've only got one of these guys, you know what I mean? And they better come to play when the shit hits the fan, because I think Kyle will be upset too. We can't lose his kid during this season. We've got a stacked team, Ronbo.
I know, but it's if you cut the head of the snake off. That's why I'm saying, it's impertinent, that offensive line. I don't want Trey out there galloping around all game long. That's how he ends up getting hurt.
I don't think it's going to happen that way. But as a lot of people have said, Kyle's probably he's a smart kid, and Kyle's probably going to say, look, if you see the defense just lounging around, they're not expecting you to run. I know he has to make this decision in a split second, but he's capable of doing it. And if you just see them, blasé, they're not doing what they have been doing, or they're just for a split second they relax. All right, go for a run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
in the beginning, that's never going to happen. The first few games we play this year, the defense is going to pin their ears back and say, "We got this new kid. Let's welcome him to the NFL." And that's going to be what he's going to see the first few weeks. Now he's going to have to stop that by doing some heroic things in the beginning to get them to back off, because I know that's what they're going to do.
Well, I said, in the other show, I mean, if we think to ourselves that behind closed doors, that coaches aren't saying to their players, listen, I want you. The only way we can, get rid of the 49ers out of the playoffs this year is to disable their quarterback. I don't give a shit if you do a cheap shot on him and you get ejected out of the game. He's going to be gone for the year. Yeah, I mean, as much as we hate to think that it doesn't happen.
Oh, no, there's a criminal element in the NFL, all up and down, all the time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could even say, well, make it look like a legal shot, or try your best to hit him as hard as you can with a legal shot. Hit him in the knee with this or that or whatever. I mean, we've gotten to the stage here in the NRL, like in the rugby league, where every single team has got a wrestling coach, right? And they try and exploit the rule book, right, to cause an injury in a legal way. Everyone's got wrestling coach.
I tell you, and you can see some of the moves out there. They don't really always look football-like, So you're right. Jesus. John, I can't believe it. The clock ticked out on us. Listen, I'll be back Tuesday looking for you, though. Okay?
All right, brother. I think we should take it easy, and relax. The season's here.
And we're going to be fine.
And, shout out to everybody, and can't wait to hear those helmets clack and, all the pads fucking smacking against each other.
And Fred Warner over there talking about people's mamas on other teams now instead of ours.
That's working. It's working like a charm. Look at Ayuk. He's busting out, mate.
Tony, talk to you shortly. Cheers.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, here goes Tony. Yeah, because Emilio, Emilio, you got to answer that question too, since you made me hurry up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. I got a question for you. How many games do you think we're gonna win this season?
See, I was already prepared for the. Okay, I already said 10. I said 10. I made this prediction a long time ago.
With that said, Ronbo,
10-7.
are we getting into the playoffs?
See? You notice how I paused?
See, there you go. See, how many games did we win last year?
About the same. Didn't we win 10 games?
10. We won 10.
Yeah.
Did we get in the playoffs?
Yeah, we did. We backed in.
Okay, then.
As a wild card.
We
backed in as a wild card and got all the way to the kitchen door and couldn't get in to get no eats.
Exactly. So I don't know why you made it so hard to answer that question. It's like, we winning 10 games. Yeah, we getting in. I would have told you. I think we can win between 11 and 12.
Because I don't want to go as a wild card no more.
You made it so difficult.
Yeah, that's too many games.
But it don't matter. It doesn't matter if you get in a wild card. Point is to get in. You get in. Hey, anything goes. We beat the Cowboys. We beat the Packers. So it don't matter what seed you get in. The point is to get in and get as far as you can.
And anything goes.
Win the Super Bowl.
I just want wear and tear to be a little less, because we didn't have to play that wild card game. Who's that clown team we played in wild card game? Who did we start?
Oh my God, the Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys a wild card? Was that the first game we played in the playoffs?
Yeah, the Cowboys were a wild card. Then we played
Green Bay.
We played Green Bay, and then we lost it. Yeah, right after.
And then the Rams. That's 3 games.
That was a divisional game. Yeah.
Okay.
So it don't matter who it is. Like I said, Cowboys lost their first round. Dak hasn't even won a playoff game. So what's the difference?
Jimmy got hurt against the Cowboys. See, I don't want Trey getting hurt in in a wild card game or anybody else on our team, right? So I'm we'll find out. We got this. 10-7.
The wild card is not even a wild card anymore. They're only having 2 teams not play in the first round anymore. It's just it's the number 1 seed. So actually, there's really no wild card technically anymore. They shouldn't even be a wild card. What they should do is have 8 teams play and let it go from there, like they do in the NBA. 1 through 8, the top 8 seeds, and let them go. I don't see what the NFL is doing.
Not enough money. It's all about money. More games we play, the better.
Exactly. And actually, that would put more revenue for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it the first top 8 teams get in. But like I said, too many NFL idiots run the NFL, so they're too stupid to think that the system ain't working. They keep trying to give everybody bye weeks. Like if you want to give everybody a bye week, once you get into the playoffs, give everybody a bye week and then start the game. That's what the NBA does. I'm like, why you guys?
But if you go 17
NBA has
weeks,
lesser teams.
You're gonna have people getting hurt, and you're
And
gonna
the
do just
NBA
like the
plays
NBA.
more
We ain't playing our stars
say-
every night.
Football is more physical, yes, but I'm like, NBA plays more games and they have a better system. I'm like, why can't you guys adapt that system? It's just like, you guys really that stupid you can't really think? Like, you can't make any excuses. You want 17 weeks, okay? I get that, but give the guys a bye week right after before the playoffs. Everybody be ready to go. But no, they're too dumb. You can do away with that damn Pro Bowl game.
I know nobody's watching that. I haven't watched it for the last 2 years because I know what they're doing. They're not doing anything. It's just a tag football game.
I haven't watched that shit over fucking 10 years.
I'm trying to remember the last time. I know 2
game.
years. I think I caught a little bit of it 3 years ago. But yeah, nobody takes that seriously anymore.
If I watch it, I watch highlights.
Highlights,
because they're all over the place. And the highlights are not even highlights. So it's just
game is uncalled for, unnecessary. Oh. So, okay, you got us going 10-7 going to the playoffs. Some of the things that are going on in camp right now, do you have anything on your mind about that? Because I don't specifically need to ask about today. Pretty much the whole camp has been the same.
Like I said before, it's just practice to me. Like I said, it's cool. I've been saying what I've seen. Like I said, what I like the most is Ayuk and Trey doing their thing, but it's just you got to wait and actually see until if it's the actual game. Preseason you might see like maybe here a drive or two, but other than that, like I said, practice and preseason really don't mean squat until you get to the season. So if Trey and Ayuk can get that going,
man, we're in Fat City. Actually, there's no standout stud on defense right now, is there? Because Ayuk and Trey are doing a number on the secondary. But who's doing it? Fred is out there being Fred, but that's normal for him. Who else is standing out on defense that the media's reporting?
Tarvarius.
Oh, Tarvarius.
Tarvarius.
Yes, true. Tarvarius. The whole defense as a unit is just looking good, I guess. That's why there's no point in singling anybody out. Because they're playing together.
Most everything's not.
They're doing everything right. They're just closing the house down on top of people. They even stopped BA today. Ward said, "Okay, I've been taking it easy. I'm going up with that ass. Next time you go get airborne, look for me to be flying right next to you." I said, yeah. J Dub, everybody been talking about you, got man. Don't get hurt out there, Dub. Don't get hurt. God.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
Nah, this is all it is. Just don't get hurt, and that's what the main thing is. Because a couple players got hurt already.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I was trying to think of. Who got hurt so far? Eric Armstead. That's right.
Yeah,
hey, Beham. Eric Armstead, knee. I forgot about him. Who else? It's not serious, though.
I think one of our linemen got hurt.
Offense or defense?
Yeah. It hasn't really been nobody serious lately. Or like on this really matter.
This is the first. Do you realize that? I didn't know. Preseason starts this weekend. And last year and the year before and every year before that, we always have a couple. Remember, Bosa had to sit out, couldn't play any preseason games at all.
And then
D. Ford
had got hurt just by sitting down. Wilson Jr. had got hurt just by sitting down.
by walking through the cafeteria. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, God. So now Kyle ain't nobody playing preseason at all. That's fine with me.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Because the guys that's sitting down don't need no work.
Waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm like I said, it's cool to watch the highlights from the training camp, but I'm like I said, it's just practice.
Yeah.
But also it's a good thing that we can that Trey's not eating up the defense, because if he was, that'd be the main concern there. Like if he can beat our defense, something's wrong.
Especially with any amount of ease. Yeah, that would be scary. You know what? We got a defense for years coming up. You know what? We may have a defense that could last for the next 5 years. There'll be players going in and out, but they're bringing in youngsters. Javon, I suspect he's going to be a star. I'm looking for Dre to be a stud. Eric Armstead's got at least 4 more solid years with him. Nick Bosa. How old is Nick? 22, 23? You, man.
I'm just hoping that this defense is as good as our
24.
All right. What is it? 2012 Super Bowl team. I think this defense has to be potentially even be better than that defense.
Oh yeah.
2019 was still
because the athleticism
I think
alone.
the last great defense we've had was the 2012 defense.
And their secondary wasn't as. I don't know if their secondary. What do you think? Is their secondary in 2012? I don't think it's as good as this one looks like it's going to be.
It was good, but it's just the only problem I had with it. It was just the one that killed me. Dante Whitner killed me. I understood him in his big hit, but it was just like, dude, you couldn't do that every time, dude. You could. Well, it was just not that. He wasn't playing the ball. He was playing he was playing the ball too much instead of the receiver. I said, dude, I get you want to do the big hit, but you can't play the ball. You can't play the ball every time like that.
We love when you kill him, man.
What are you doing?
I tell you what he was doing to me. He was trying to establish in that receiver's head, look, you go catch the ball, you go pay. And see, that's okay, but every receiver ain't going to go for that, and I'm going for the ball. Well, you just got to make me pay. That happened a few times. So.
Well, you got to think about it. That's why we lost the Super Bowl in reality, because he was trying to go for the damn big hit instead of trying to intercept the damn ball when the ball was right there for you. I'm like, what did you do? You let Anquan Bolden just shake the shit out of you and beat you.
And Anquan likes all that roughhouse playing anyway. So somebody should have told, you just don't go out there trying to roughhouse him. He'll smoke you, and he did. You know what? It's over. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It happened.
That should have been number 6, baby. We should have number 7. We should be on number 7 last time. 2019 should have been number 7.
I done said the 2 Super Bowls, out of the 2 Super Bowls, the one that bugged me was Kansas City, because we actually had the lead in that game.
10-point lead.
That game was over.
Even that little meter on the side of the screen said 100% chance of winning. And we found a way to 100% chance to lose.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. People keep saying, "Oh, that one's worse." The Ravens. I said, "No, we were behind the whole game."
Well, you know what?
That was
but Harbaugh's decision at the end was foolish. You got Frank damn Gore. Gosh, the mighty gave him the ball, coach. No, I'm gonna throw the ball. Okay, you know what? I done got mad all over again. We should get over that.
Well, yeah, you got to think about it. Seattle could have got 2 Super Bowls as well for that stupid mistake too. Instead of trying to throw the ball, he could have ran in with Marshall. So what's the difference?
People don't learn.
Like I said, that don't matter. Like I said, Kansas City was the worst one. We had game 1. It was the 4th quarter, 6 minutes left. 10 points lead. You let that go. That's worse.
And they hadn't done. The 49ers hadn't given up 10 points in that length of time all year. Anyway, look at this. The clock's moving quickly again. Let me see you Tuesday.
All right, Ronbo. Next time I need you to be more confident about that Super Bowl playoff.
I'm gonna say,
yes, we're going to the playoffs.
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget what I said, because I might say 11-6 next time. And hell yeah! How you gonna ask me this question?
11-6, 10-7. They get you in the playoffs. You gotta let that go.
12-5.
All right, man. Have a good night.
See you Tuesday. Oh man. I'm always nervous this time of year about whether Super Bowl wins. I don't have a problem talking about how many times we're going to win as you look through the schedule. the playoffs and Super Bowl always make me nervous. Hey, Austin. Austin's not worried. He's a Dallas Cowboys fan. He knows the Cowboys are on their way to the playoffs. Austin.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Austin, I'm glad you called to talk Texas. Austin, you do talk a little Texas, by the way, too. I kind of like that. I mean, I got relatives in Texas and Louisiana area. Every time I used to go down there, and Texas is actually a place where everybody doesn't really talk Texas. Because I went first time I went to a mall in Texas. I says, "Hey, how come you guys don't really talk Texas? We got a girl in the back. She talk. You want to hear talk some Texas stuff? We can call her out here." No, I'm just saying you guys. You guys come down and expect Texas. You guys be all totally different. But it's people in Texas talk like a lot like they do in California. A lot of them. So you know. But Austin, listen, man. You know how's your practice going? You guys are you guys one-sided? Is the defense killing your offense? Your offense killing the defense? What's going on with you guys?
It's a little bit of both at the moment. The main thing that I see is people are giving Trayvon Diggs a hard time because he's getting beat by our sixth-string wide receiver.
Austin, this is golden news. You know, because last year, what did you think about him last year? Because Trayvon, if it wasn't a pick, it was a disaster a lot of the time. So is that what you're talking? Who's beating him up out there? Six stringers?
Yes. And undrafted rookies.
You know his brother Stephon told him, right? His brother told him, "Man, you can cover anybody in this league. Most of these guys are not all that." All right. So, and Trayvon believed him.
Well, Ronbo, here's the thing too. I like Trayvon. I really do. And I can't stand the fact that people are giving him such a hard time. Like I feel for the guy.
Yeah.
Like, he had 11 interceptions last year, tied for most in NFL history.
He was amazing with that. I agree. You know, you got to do more than INTs. When there's plays you need to make a play, you've also got to make those plays too. The 11 INTs is phenomenal. You're right, but he's got to make other plays. You can't get burnt by receivers on the other end, or else your interceptions aren't helping any if we're not able to hold down your man.
Well, Ronbo, like last year, he was hot and cold with that too. Like some games he would get burned, and then there would be games where he locks up the best receiver. Like when we played the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill had 7 targets, 2 catches for 10 yards. He did good, and then the next week we played another star receiver, and he gets burnt for over 100 yards and a touchdown.
You know, it happens. This is the thing. You can't expect perfection from any player in NFL. You need a consistency, but as far as every week out of 17 weeks, a player never falls down, that's just asking for too much. It's never going to happen with anybody. So, but Trayvon was such a legendary player. He had become legendary status in the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season. So when he finally did have that day that you're talking about, well, people, whoa, what's the matter, Trayvon? You know, so yeah, you're right. People overreact. It's what people do.
If Ronbo, our offense is looking good. We're hitting our groove. Dak is getting back into it again.
Mm-hmm.
I know he made a good cross body throw the other day to Noah Brown. It was pretty. Had a defender coming right after him, throws it across like Patrick Mahomes, and it went right in his pocket. And he right in Noah Brown's pocket.
That sounds good.
It was a thing of beauty.
Huh? Dak can play, but have you ever wondered, Austin, why he doesn't run more? Dak stays in the pocket sometimes. Jack's a big quarterback.
Well, Ronbo, and his ankle
that
he hurt in 2020, he's kind of skittish. Like last year, you could see him.
Yeah.
Like in that 49ers game, he had so many running lanes he didn't take them because you all hit really hard too.
Mm.
And and he didn't want to take that chance.
Yeah,
and I don't blame the guy.
Yeah, that's why people love a mobile quarterback, but Lamar Jackson, they damn near killed him. Kyler Murray, the 49ers damn near killed him. Russell Wilson's the only guy I know that can be beat to the dirt all season long. Russell Wilson needs to get more credit. That is a tough man. Because Wilson was setting records every year on sacks and everything else. And he still came back every year. And just only recently, for the first time in his career last year, he missed playing time. And he's been out there a long time. But for the most part, you want to run? Go ahead. Eventually, we're going to catch you. And when we do, look for pain. So I don't mind mobile quarterbacks, but I do worry longevity is always going to be a question. And then again, it happens to put guys in the pocket as well, though. So
the one thing that you all have always done good is you all have always been very good at being physical.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad your defense has been, you've always been that physical defense.
Yeah. It's going to be that way this year, too. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ronbo, what's your offense and defense looking like for you,
well, you know
guys?
That's what the subject matter was tonight. You know what we're going to do, though? We ran out of time. But right now, it's a little one-sided. But we're figuring that might be because of the offensive, going through a transition, the offensive line, the chemistry between a quarterback and some of his offensive weapons. So it's probably looking like it probably should be expected to. And by the time the season starts, hopefully that'll be ironed out. Deebo says it's going to. So we're going to believe in him.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, Ronbo, thank you for your time, and go Cowboys.
There you go, Austin. And always great to hear from you. All right. Have a great night. Anyway, let's roll out toward Virginia. It's Raymond. Raymond, get in here. I ain't talked to you in a while.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Rainbow, man. Raymond, we're just sitting back here, and I was just looking at, we're starting to look at things like, it's going to be a while before that offense gets comfortable in practice due to what they're going through right now. But the defense is looking like it's top two. I forget about three. I won't go as far as say number one because I need to see other teams first. But that defense is just nasty, mean. Oh, my. And we finally got a combination of defensive line and Raymond, like you've always been talking about. You know how we used to have them arguments? Raymond, I got to stop things up front. And you said, no, this league needs cornerbacks. We got them both now. We can both be happy.
Right. That's what I'm liking. I seen that our linebackers are ranked number 1 in the NFL right now.
Already. Ain't played one game.
Our linebacker core. Yeah, because they put out a little, the little rankings for ranking the top. I was surprised when I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was. You think about all the guys we got. Fred Warner's all pro, right? And then you got Alshar. Oh, that boy can play some ball. And Dre Greenlaw. Ooh, ain't no team got that threesome like that. Somebody may have one,
right?
But ain't nobody got
then
three.
We got the secondary looking good out there. Yep, I'm happy. I had to touch base with you the season by the start, man. I had to call in and let everybody know we back.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that the preseason been a little short. It's only 3 games.
Yeah, stop getting people hurt. Let's go ahead and start the season.
And we'll be ready to rock and roll. And I'm glad you got that. I see you got a clear space over there over your shoulder. You gotta get the fat head up there.
Yeah, we're going to replace it. But it's going to be a legend, one that's already retired, though. I ain't putting up any more current players. But, yeah, Jimmy's on his way somewhere.
It's all right. You just make sure you get one order because he gonna have some fireworks. I know you're a young quarterback. I'm excited. I'm happy. I could just see big things coming. There's gonna be some big plays out there. He's gonna make mistakes, but like you said, we got that defense ready to back him up. It's a team game. It's not a one-player game, so I could see us putting a lot of pressure on opposing teams' defense because they wasn't ready for Jimmy, and we made it that far. Jimmy wasn't even a threat to run. Yeah. This guy here, boy, he's special. So I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I can't wait. I know he's going to make some mistakes.
Yeah, because if all
So
depends
I'm
on us
ready
being
for
able to
that,
run, then we got it made. But we got, he's got to incorporate all his weapons to make them, because otherwise he turns into Lamar Jackson. But one Lamar Jackson, I got to tell you, Raymond, Lamar Jackson's one of the best runners I've ever seen with the ball. That man is scary. He can stop on a dime and put a spin move on you. Damn! And he left. Oh, my
Hey, but
God.
Ronbo, think about this though, man. He don't have to really run because we got a hell of a running attack. We always had that for the past, I don't know, 5 years. We've been busting everybody behind in the running
agree.
game.
I was just
Jimmy
going
ain't
off
have
what you
to
just
throw
said.
the ball that much.
Yeah.
He ain't even have to throw the ball that much. So just think about Trey Lance doing what Jimmy did, with just managing the game, and then here come one of them explosive plays that you're not looking for. One of them 50-yard passes across the other side of the field that Jimmy can't throw past 15 yards.
Yeah.
So
that's too many yards.
That's what I'm looking
Raymond,
for.
you got to fall in line with everybody else. Jimmy can't throw past 10 yards.
Yeah, but I give him 15. I seen him throw. I seen him throw one deep pass. But that's it, man. You know what I mean? Trey Lance bring that extra.
Y'all ain't right.
You were leaning on the running game and the defense.
That's true.
Leaning on the running game and the defense.
Well, it's Kyle's team. It doesn't belong to Jimmy. It doesn't belong to Trey. It's Kyle's team. He'll do what he wants to do. But you know what? With that being said, though, I do see somebody called in and said we might see the play option this year more. I don't know if that's going to be Kyle's cup of tea, but it could be interesting to see what he does do because he's going to go more to Trey's strengths, which may not necessarily be threading the needle between between the 20 and 40 or 50 or 60. So we're going to see how he adapts.
Just remember, he had RG3 Rookie of the Year. Just remember that. He came out Rookie of the Year.
Do you remember about RG3's throwing ability, though? Because RG3 could actually – was he a good – I can't remember RG3. Was he a good passer?
I don't know. I know he was Rookie of the Year.
I know. I'm trying to remember. I know he could run. I'm trying to remember. Was he good at dotting I's and crossing T's?
Man, I like the 49ers, man. I don't know. And I appreciate you even letting other team fans come on this show. Because I like the Niners, man. I don't pay attention too much to anybody else because I really don't care about them. I watch them if they do good. So I ain't got no memory of RG3. I just know he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I know he was running around and making plays and stuff like that.
But he finally got hurt.
That don't matter.
This is why we got to be careful with that. Kyle's probably learned a lesson from that, too. He actually wants Trey to sit in that pocket and fire. He doesn't really.
And
if the play
also,
breaks down, okay.
And Vegas, they got Trey Lance got the fourth most tickets to win MVP. I know that's a stretch, but that's what they got in Vegas.
Yeah,
a lot of people betting on that.
A couple of analysts I heard talking about that. Who's going to be the biggest second-year quarterback? And Trey's right up there at the top of the list.
So I'm just excited, man. You know, we got a good squad. We ready to rock and roll. So it's big. Get your popcorn ready. We about to get it. We about to get it popping. Here it goes. Season about to start. I want to see the backups play so we know what we got. I want to see the quarterback. What's his name? Sheffield. I need to see him play.
Sudfeld?
See what happens. Yeah, I always like to watch the backups in case somebody get hurt. I want to see who coming out there to help. I always do that.
Yeah.
I always like to watch. I like to watch everybody on my team.
Is Brock Purdy going to make this team? You know, Brock Purdy is going to make this team. I just realized Kyle always keeps 3. He keeps 1 on the practice squad and 1 ready to go in the game. Yeah. Brock Purdy's going to make this team.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what you think they're going to do with Jimmy. You think they're going to trade him that's
they're
a
not
high price tag to pay for a backup.
They're not trading Jimmy. They can't trade Jimmy because nobody's going to take him. Jimmy leaves on cut day.
Oh.
Here's the thing. You know, that's the scary part. And the 49ers would like to avoid that. They're hoping somebody gets hurt somewhere in the league and there'll be an emergency situation and they want to trade for Jimmy. But now Jimmy becomes his own free agent. The Rams, even the Rams fans are talking trash. So, Stafford's elbow's for real. He's not even practicing every day now, from what I heard. And then you got the Hawks.
What happens if he goes to Seattle?
Yeah, I was gonna say now you got the Hawks,
and staying out of division.
I don't want him in our division. I do not want him in our division.
I do. I definitely want him in our division.
I know,
Let's
because you
go.
like a lot of people think that he can't play no ball. But if Jimmy gets on the Rams or the Hawks, that is not good for us.
Yeah, all right. You're going to see. They're going to go through what we went through. Those interceptions that he throw all the time. You see. You'll see.
Raven,
that's why I hope he do go to somebody.
You hope you all too. I know better. Jimmy G is not a bad quarterback just because he played the way he did on this situation where he couldn't. Jimmy G wasn't running that game. Kyle was. If Kyle wants you to run the ball all day, that's what we're going to do. If I want you to throw the ball like I did, if I want you to throw the ball like you did against the Saints.
He also won a playoff game with 8 passes.
If you go play against the Saints, today I'm going to give you a green light. You throw the ball all you want to. I noticed you got that done. So, with Carroll or McVay especially, Jimmy be throwing that ball all day. Now you're going to see the real Jimmy Garoppolo. What you saw in San Francisco was Kyle football. That may not be the case if he goes to the Hawks or the Rams, and he may be better than people even imagine.
We thought San Francisco was a running game, and that's what
That's what it is.
Please let him.
That's
I hope
what
he go to the Hawks, Ronbo.
They'll let Jimmy throw over there. They ain't got any running backs.
I want to play him. I want somebody to drag him. I want to play him.
Raymond, here's another thing. Here's another thing why you don't want him over there. There's too much intel. Way too much intel.
Man.
You can let some of your other players go, but not the quarterback. Let somebody else go from our team and play defense or offense, but not the quarterback. He can tell Pete Carroll what he needs to know. They can prepare. That's why they look like us against most of the time. The players we sent over there gave their defense look like they knew what we was going to do before we even did it some of the time. Oh.
I can understand that point of view. I can understand where you're coming from with that. But as him being he didn't do it for us. He wasn't 5 wide receivers every play. He wasn't throwing the ball around the field. We were running the game.
You give him
Our running game was
different team, different situation. He didn't look like he didn't look like in San Francisco like he looked in New England either. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to be careful what you wish for. But we'll see. I hope he don't go over there. I really don't.
I just want him to go somewhere so we can see if he can do what he didn't do for us. That's it.
Well, but out of my division.
I'm being honest, man. Our running game and our defense got us to those playoff games.
And that's going to be the same way.
It's going to be the
Packers. It's going to be the same way this year, Raymond. I'm telling you. That's Kyle-style football.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
But, Raymond, we're over time. Since you're back, anyway, I'll see you Tuesday, okay?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'll be back. It's season about to start. So thanks for holding it down for us for the off-season, Ronbo. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your staff and appreciate all the fans. Let's go Niners,
appreciate you, Raymond. You know this. We've been knowing each other a long time. All right?
Yes, sir.
See you
all right,
Tuesday.
Ronbo.
All right. Night, fam. Hey, yo, Ellis.
Ronbo, can I get on next, or are you wrapping it?
No, you do that. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay.
Sure.
Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, you're consistently coming in with stories that everybody wasn't aware of. Have you got a special one today? It usually involves the Rams.
Not today.
Bethel lives in SoCal, so he's got his finger on the pulse of the Ram madness.
I only see one Ram fan around here, so it's a surprise if I ever see another one.
And Bethel, he's being paid. He's being paid. When you see all the paraphernalia he's wearing and Rams shirts and everything else, hats. Yeah, the Rams, they paid him for that. Just make yourself seen. Be in public.
Still has
when
the
you
tag
go out.
On it. Still has the price tag on it.
Bethel, we're looking at offense and defense right now, and I'm just a little concerned. It's actually I've always said though I just recently thought it's better to see your defense running a field day in practice against your offense than vice versa. Because if that's the case, that means everybody's going to beat up on your defense, and you can't have that. Defenses are going to continue to dominate in football. no matter what. But our offense is you see BA, you see Trey and BA have a great connection. So there's probably, and our offensive line is still a work in progress. So we're probably fine. I was just wondering what you were thinking about that, though.
Yeah, and then plus our defense got pissed off because of, what they said, that, hey, we're dominating our defense, and our defense go, oh yeah, all right, let's see what's today. And then plus, people were making excuses that some of our defense players were not playing, some of our offense players were not playing either. So
and they weren't. You had three guys out today. They're very important.
Yeah. So that's that's another thing.
Bethel, you know what the only problem is? I don't know which defensive players aren't playing either, though. I know Nick wasn't involved. Eric Armstead wasn't out there. And our offensive line still had a problem with the pass rush. And let's just say, though, there's just a bunch of fragmented units out there. I guess there's nothing to really be concerned about. Although it's getting late, Bethel. I wish they... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I seen one of our right receivers foul, so that's why they picked it off. And I think Ayuk and Trey kind of messed up on that play where Trey thought he was going to his left, but Ayuk went to his right, and you could see it that he kind of told them, "Hey, you're supposed to go this way." So that's why Fred Warner picked it off.
We've seen that with Ayuk last year. He fooled Jimmy a couple of times. That's a matter of chemistry. But Ayuk does that at the last second when he's got the receiver. So if I'm the quarterback, I got X amount of time to throw. If I see you make that juke, I guess it takes time. You got to be able to read the defender too as well as you can, because no matter what you do, you could possibly embarrass yourself as a quarterback. Because I thought he was going to juke left. No, I thought he was going to juke right. I threw it left. Uh-oh. Oh, man, damn. Brandon, man, come on, man, you got me fooled up here, man. I see what you did to him. It looked good, too. But I wasn't ready for that. See, that's what I don't want. I got a feeling we're going to see that. Because Ayuk's good at getting rid of guys.
That's why it's good to do it in the practice, because then you learn, and then if he sees a certain movement, he's going to go this way, or he's going to go that way. You have to have that.
You got to stand there and wait. Trust. As a quarterback, you got to wait. Just wait. You watch the route develop, see how well that defender's covered him, and then you can feel Ayuk then, because you've been working with him long enough. And you're right. I did see Jimmy figure that out one time. It was beautiful. I forget who it was, but yeah, and Ayuk busted wide open.
It was Halloween against the Cardinals when he threw it to Emmanuel Sanders.
No, I'm talking about last year.
Last year.
I'm not sure if it was the Cowboys. There was I think it may have been the Cowboys, because Trayvon was having all kinds of problems that game. But but Ayuk's good at that. He's gonna lose his man, so you got to wait on the route.
Yeah, and then plus, if you see, Ayuk been getting a lot of touches, most than anybody in our wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing to point out is that the guy that we signed, our right receiver, if I remember correctly,
Sneed.
Kyle said he wanted somebody like Lamar Jackson and like Drew Brees. And the guy that we picked up, if I'm not
Lamar
mistaken,
Jackson and Drew Brees
caught some balls from Lamar Jackson and caught some balls from Drew Brees. So
that's brilliant. If he was, as Kyle's, he's thinking.
So
Sneed.
He caught balls from both players. So if he has to throw, certain balls, he could catch them. He just needs to get, some practice with.
That's the slot. That's the guy we're going to put in the slot. Right. Willie Sneed.
Yeah. So, and. People, Kyle does certain stuff that, you wouldn't think of, but you'd be like, what? Why did he do that? But then later on, y'all like, okay, now we know why he did it. And plus, Kyle's gonna make a plan of how he wants his offense. And when I first start going on, you're gonna see what Trey's gonna do, because it's either Kyle made a wrong choice or either Kyle made the right choice.
It's okay though, because we still got plenty of receivers.
Yeah.
If Snead, you know how we did Mohamed Sanu last year. Sanu looked good at the beginning of the season, and then eventually he lost out to Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk started getting more and more playing time, and it was Deebo and Brandon and Jawan Jennings. I mean, Jawan Jennings made Manu sit down too. So Snead can't play. It's okay because we still got Ray Wright. I'm sorry. Right. What? No. Wait. Who am I thinking about? Anyway, we got the little guy, and you still got Deebo and Ayuk. So you still got an arsenal, and Jawan Jennings is still there. So Snead could be just a plus.
Yeah.
So
So we always want to upgrade, as long as it helps out the team and benefit the team. And another thing is that if you see some of our rookies on our DB rookies, look how good they're doing.
Yeah.
Imagine when other teams have to face our defense.
I know, right? I can't wait.
So, yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so that's going to be our highlight, is our defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be our highlight.
Keeping the ball in the offense's hands all day, that's what we want. And don't get tired in the fourth quarter if we have a 10-point lead, please. Put the pressure on more, guys. Put your foot on their throat. If our offense can't move it, then doesn't make you're not responsible. You're not responsible. You still got to do your job. So now they got enough depth out there, nobody's going to get worn out in the fourth quarter. So we got to still stop losing 10-point leads.
And then plus you're going to see if Kyle is gonna let Trey loose or if he's gonna have him in shackles. So hopefully he lets him loose. Let him do what he needs to do, and not try to shackle him. And hopefully does good by him.
He's still gonna be Kyle Shanahan. You still got to run his offense. Kyle's not the kind of guy that's going to let you go out there and freelance, but at least he might be able to allow some on your own thinking out there. We'll see how that works out. Because you remember, Kyle's not going to believe Trey's going to be able to do that just yet. We're going to have to wait a year for that, but we'll see. Bevel,
and one more thing is, if you see out there, what does our defense say? That his mobility is dangerous. So you got to be careful with that. So,
he'll be able to do that, though.
When he has to run, he'll run. If he doesn't, then he will go throw the ball.
So. All right, Bethel. Always good. I tell you what, I'll see you Tuesday. All right.
All right, like Ronbo. Great show.
Thanks.
Hit the like, and let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners is right. Night, Bethel. And Miguel, 49ers are a running team because Jimmy Garoppolo has no ability to throw that ball deep. He was a turnover machine. He has we want more games with Jimmy when Jimmy threw less. Well, Miguel, a lot of people think like you. And I have one question, though. What happened in that game where Jimmy threw a lot against one of the best teams in the NFL in New Orleans? This thing about Jimmy can't throw deep is a myth, guys. He can, but he has to run the offense. You're going to find that out this year because you got a different quarterback. You do what Kyle tells you to do. You're not out there making decisions on your own. Sometimes, but not often. They work hard during the week to get the X's and O's like Kyle wants them, and you got to go by the plan. You just can't do whatever you want. Jimmy was not an invalid. He was not paraplegic. He could throw it, but that's not what they wanted to do. Anyway, but thanks for the contribution anyway. Hey, Ellis.
Bravo.
Ellis, are you ready?
Yeah, my bad. I just had to go feed the homeless real quick. I just had a little.
Are you serious?
Something that I wanted to. bless somebody with. Yeah.
All right, good for you, Ellis. That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You try to be a blessing every once in a while. You know what I mean? When it comes to me, you just got to do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because it breaks everybody's heart to see those folks out there. Weather and everything else.
Sure. So.
Yeah.
What's up,
anyway, we were just talking about the offense and defensive exchanges out there right now, and every day we didn't even get to read about Brandon Ayuk the last couple of days, which kind of sassy. At least Brandon Ayuk and Trey had highlight going on during practice, and now we didn't hear anything about Brandon Ayuk. I said to myself, wait a minute. Is the defense as good as they're being made to look like now, or is the offense making they're going to do a transition? They've got to get used to this. The offensive line has got people taking days off and everything. But I'm seeing this, with the exception of yesterday, which was the best day of the week for practice. I'm wondering, okay, this makes me question: is the defense as good as they appear to be right now? Are they going to beat up everybody like this? I hope so. And then the offense, are they not any better than what it looks like now? They're going to get better than that. I just know it. McGlinchey comes back. Trent Williams will be back on the lineup. I don't know what we're going to do with Jake Brindle. Aaron Banks, I still a question mark in my mind. And then Burford, a rookie at a right guard. And too, Ellis, my center needs to know how to at least imitate Alex Mack a little bit. What are you thinking, though?
Well, I think our defense, we'll be top 5 easily. We could be top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at a minimum we'd be top 5. I think we'll be no less than top 10 for absolutely sure.
Way.
But
Yeah,
I'm going top 5.
Yeah,
I'm going top 5. I think this is basically because we've been doing this the past several seasons.
And building. And now you got a bunch of experienced guys out there too. So yeah.
Yeah, they're the more veteran side. You know what I'm saying, of the team. If I'm thinking straight, I think that the veterans, the guys with years of experience, and then just all being so well gelled and being with these coaches, and everything is just, there's a lot more maturity and
defense,
just experience on that side. So I'm looking at the defense and I'm thinking, well, I'm not surprised that they're in there going hard. I love the fact that that's what's going on, because we're going to need them to play like that when the season comes around. And this is the first time, I think, with the offense and whatever adjustments that Kyle is making. Deebo just barely getting back into the swing of things. Brandon Ayuk taking a major leap. He's and it's a contract year. So, even though we have that 5th-year option available for him, if he has a spectacular season, then we're going to be in a situation where, are we going to be able to retain Brandon Ayuk? Is his ticket price going to be too high? Or we're going to 5th-year option him and try to work some things out? Is he going to be okay with doing that? So, I'm thinking about that. I know it's a little premature, but obviously if he's looking this damn good, chances are, it's going to be another one of those negotiation things, and hopefully, those things can get settled, and we'll be able to retain him. But I know there's no guarantee.
Next year's his 4th year. Next year's his 4th. Next year's his 4th year.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
It went by
quick.
This
is year 4, so.
So yeah, he could argue about his current salary. They could, but like Nick, they could say, Brandon, better chill out. Don't start, man. No, I just want look, man. Please sit down. Let me talk to you for a minute. I just signed Nick. Okay, would you just hold on a minute? We're gonna pick up your 5th-year option. No, I'm not going for that. I can see that conversation already happening.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. So, just the offense is gonna. There's going to be struggles with the offense. We got, we're trying to incorporate, I know with Trey Sermon, we have all of these new players, the TDP and, Mason and, these new wide receiver core. There's a lot of guys and stuff that we have to get experience with this offense. You got to get acclimated, especially, with the offensive line. the new adjustments. I love what I'm hearing about, Spencer Burford. I think he's going to be one of our top. He'll definitely be the best rookie lineman that we have this year, but I think he'll be, one of our top, in our top 5, of the team, between
what
him.
Round did we get him
he
in?
might even be looking better than McGlinchey, but if he's playing on the right, he'd be playing on, but he's playing guard. So when he's on the right with McGlinchey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, and if McGlinchey's doing his damn thing, man, then that's perfect. I think that's great. I love the size of him. I love his athleticism. His bendability, flexibility. He's very athletic. Those things we got to have on an offensive line. I used to say that about McGlinchey. Is his he kind of like had that he's not really like I say he need to take a dance class or something like that just to work on his hip movements and stuff like
Michael
that.
Jackson would laugh at him
because when you got to get low, you got to get low and have that balance and that equilibrium so you can move around and you don't got your knees inside of your shoulders, because you get pushed over easily like that.
Yeah, balance.
He has to know how to move around. Yeah, he's got to have some flexibility and improve in that area. So
ballet would be good for him.
He's really confident.
Or martial art.
Yeah, I would do it. Absolutely. And his confidence, he sounded pretty, good on the podium the other day, like he was, feeling really confident. So we need that. We need a confident Mike McGlinchey. We need, his work ethic to show that, he's going to be ready for the season. I'm looking forward to just the offensive line improving. We know Trent's going to do his thing on the left side, but I think in trying to incorporate all these different pieces, and then we got the center position that's not really, set in stone yet. There's just going to be just some light question marks with how what we're going to be doing offensively. We're definitely going to be doing a lot of running.
Marks. I'm talking.
Yeah.
That center position is very important, especially in Kyle's offense. Oh man.
I mean, we know how serious that position, especially alone, is, and you get 2 of those, you get 2 weak ends, on the offensive line, and we're going to have a hard time doing anything. So that offensive line is going to be key. And then, we need our backfield to come through, and we need our quarterback to, be making the right decisions and doing what he needs to do. So I'm hoping that Trey is learning from his mistakes. I know he didn't have a really high completion percentage today and, stuff like that. So it's just, I'm looking for him to continue to improve and get more familiar with things. It's going to happen. And this is where you get all of those kinks out. That's where you work all these things out. This is happening in not just, our team, but all teams around the NFL. I mean, when Josh Allen first came out, he wasn't balling right away. There's a lot of guys who weren't balling right away who are doing superb now and, are in the top talk conversation. So, we can only just, try to put some confidence out in the atmosphere. And, I'm looking forward to seeing, Trey. He's playing against one of the best defense. This will be one of the best defenses
that they've had.
If not the best defense he'll play against all year. And it's on the team that he belongs to. So it's fitting, that there's some, some struggles going on here and there. And he's just getting his beak wet. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a good learning experience this year too. It's perfect as long as it doesn't overwhelm him. I understand he remains cool and calm out there, so he's okay. Well, we ran the clock. It always happens fast these days. It seems like. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you what. I look for you Tuesday. All right.
That's a bet, fam. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Shout out to the faithful.
Yeah, shout out to the.
Man,
shout
make
out
sure y'all
to
hit
the
the like and subscribe.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, fam. See you on Tuesday.
Looking forward to it. Night, Ellis.
All right.
Miguel wants to push this. One game of how many? Let's stop with the Kyle won't let him throw deep. Kyle is a control freak. Tell me what Matt Ryan did with Kyle. All right, and tell me what Matt Ryan had for receiving core. Listen, what we need to understand is this. Kyle is going to work with what he has. Is it going to be limited to just the quarterback? It's not going to be limited to this or that. It's going to be as a whole. Now, if I don't have a lot of deep threat receivers, we don't have – did you see any Julios on our team? Seriously, Miguel. You're going to do what's going to be most effective, not what the fans want. You want the ball thrown deep all day, right, Miguel? That doesn't work in the real world, and you even see Mahomes knock it off this year. You have to strategically set things up. You go with the high percentage passes, you run the ball, you try to get things done. If you got an opening, you take the shot. All right, now you're going to maybe see that this year. I don't know. But trying to say that Jimmy never did it. Miguel, that's not true. It happened many times. It was more than one game. It wasn't all game long like you want to see it, but it happened often. Do you know Garoppolo's one of the best in the league between 10 and 25-yard passes? You don't know that, do you? Why? Because you only notice the mistakes. Miguel, thanks for the contribution, but seriously, this is an argument I've had too many times. You believe what you want. I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change mine either. So that's that. Anyway, oh my God, not now. It's everybody's favorite Ram fam other than Rudy. It's Marketing Pro. Marketing Pro, what do you have to say tonight? And then Marketing Pro, I'm glad you're here.
Hey,
I watch him explain where is Matt Stafford, and yeah.
Well, first of all, Ronbo, the 49er crisis continue. Now, Jimmy G just saying, feels great, baby, watching Trey throw less than 50%. You know what I'm saying? That dumbass Kyle. Now, let me tell you, the reason why Jimmy going is Kyle's ego, because, he's having sleepless nights, waking up in cold sweats at the midnight hour, calling his daddy, Daddy, I'm 8-28 without Jimmy. I got to prove him wrong. That's why Jimmy going, his ego. But now Pete Carroll, chewing his bubble gum, smiling. Like, oh, perfect. We're getting Jimmy for free.
No,
now, all you 49er fans think, you hoping.
Yeah,
let me tell you, y'all hoping Stafford. Let me tell you about Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, please.
These 49ers don't know nothing. Now, you want to hear a fun fact about Matthew Stafford?
Okay.
Even Joe Montana didn't do this. 6,000-plus combined passing yards last year. 48 touchdowns. Only quarterback in NFL history.
Wait, explain to me what 6,000 combined. What?
6,000 combined passing yards, including the playoffs. 48 touchdowns and a Super Bowl win. No quarterback in NFL history has done that. He was clearly the best quarterback in football last year.
Did Matthew?
This is guy.
Wait.
Yeah,
how many yards did he? What do you have in the regular season?
He had 5,000 plus. But look it up. You can look up the facts. He set NFL record.
Is that true?
Tom Brady didn't do that. Joe Montana didn't. Matter of fact, Ronbo, I got a suggestion. Everybody talking about what poster you want to put up. Just put up Stafford. Just put up Stafford up there with a 49er helmet. It'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
But just 6,000 yards
my
this year?
Suggestion. Last year, combined, including playoffs, and Matthew Stafford wasn't throwing picks in the fourth quarter. You can look up the stats. He just had that week 8 through week 12, little ups and downs, but in the fourth, he was money. He was money in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but he threw one in the playoff game, and we just dropped it on the dirt. And when I say that, I'm saying it hit Kowalski all in the face and chest. So, he did throw one.
You know what happened? You know why Tart dropped the ball?
No.
Because Kyle's losing aura. Tell you. Quick release. It was kind of cheating because the greatest defensive weapon in NFL history, Aaron Donald, didn't even have a chance because he's throwing the ball so quick.
I don't know about
But
the
now we
greatest
got that rookie Trey. My goodness.
Mike,
Now,
one thing you
Aaron
don't
Donald's
know.
going to have him some fun.
You don't know him, though. Not yet. You should wait.
Well, I've been watching. I've been spying. Let me tell you, I wore a 49er jersey. I infiltrated the 49ers training camp, and I was watching practice in Santa Clara. And I was just, the 49. One of the fans was tripping because when Trey threw an INT, and I was like, yes. And they're looking at me funny, and I was like, oh, I mean, no. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Trey ain't ready. Trey ain't ready yet.
Listen, I do have something to ask you about. You think Aaron Donald is the greatest defensive player in NFL history? Did you say that?
Let me tell you. Absolutely. He's so great. There's a guy named Lawrence. What's his name? Lawrence Taylor. You compare the two, you'll be like, Lawrence who? And by the way, who's the number one ranked player in the NFL right now by all the greatest experts? It's Aaron Donald.
I need to get someplace I can send you some links and reels. Aaron's damn good. I don't know if he's the greatest of all time, though.
Aaron Donald is Reggie White Even Reggie White in heaven's like, man, I wish I could be Aaron Donald. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We're going to go. You're always entertaining, I must say, though.
Now, let me point out some other facts. Pete Carroll's chewing his bubble gum right now.
Yeah.
He's chewing his bubble gum because, let me tell you, Jimmy G bluffed that Giants trade. He bluffed that Giants trade. He's already got a secret deal with Seahawks.
Mike Pro, we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, I'll be back Tuesday.
Yeah. And by the way, wait, Ronbo, I got one question for you. You've been watching practice?
Not all.
49ers camp? Have you been watching?
Oh, some of it, yeah. Well, whatever they put out there.
So, how ready is Trey? How ready is Trey in your assessment?
Well, he's got some work to do, but I don't see him. He's not bad. He just needs to learn a few things, like most youngsters.
He's got some work to do, really. He was under 50%. Now, the kid needed a veteran quarter. Now, let me tell you, he needed a veteran quarterback to help him develop.
Pro. I'm telling you got to go. Okay? Levi.
That was your call. Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Levi, come on in, man.
Man, that thing was hilarious.
And that's why Marky, he talks such insanity sometimes you have to laugh. Fam, anybody that's not busy, can you see how many cumulative yards from the regular season to the playoffs? 6,000 yards? Really? I didn't even know. I don't believe that. Stafford had 6,000 yards, combined yards last year. Anyway, Levi.
Well, as much as they throw the ball, Ronbo is not out of the question.
I know,
They had no running game.
All they do is throw the ball.
It's crazy that he got all those stats, Ronbo.
Yeah, I guess so. Because they lost their running back, and they brought what's his name in. They didn't give him the ball to run much, and Stafford was throwing on pretty much every down, wasn't he? Maybe.
Yeah. So why are you surprised?
I just didn't think that he was doing all that. I mean, maybe I'm not. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway,
I remember one of the Rams fans said that Matthew Stafford was going to be MVP. But you know what? In the early part of last season, he was an MVP. You know what happened? He threw himself out of the MVP race by throwing all those interceptions and then collapsing after he played us.
And I'm talking pick
sixes. He
sixes.
threw himself out of the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
And I suspect if he comes back healthy, or maybe he's playing a little game that he don't want, why he's being hurt, so he don't have to practice or whatever. He'll do the same thing again. So early on, he'll be great, but then you'll have that stretch. It's going to knock him right out of the MVP race again.
And also, by the way, I want to address this question to chat too. Is Aaron Donald? And you need to be over 35 years old at least. Is Aaron Donald the greatest defensive player of all time?
I don't agree. But I'm a 49ers fan, so I'm not.
I don't
know if he can be credible. He's a Rams fan, so obviously he's gonna say his player is the best of all time.
He's really up there. Okay, I'll put Aaron in the top 10.
If Aaron Donald played for the 49ers, you'll have 49ers fans saying that Aaron Donald is the best of all time.
I don't. You know what though? I don't say that about anybody on our team yet. As good as Nick is, some of the guys in the past, Ronnie Lott. I do know Ronnie Lott was the hardest hitting guy next to Dick Butkus to ever play the game. You know, you got before he went to Dallas. Also, Charles Haley. Charles Haley was a monster. I don't know. I like Aaron. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. I don't know about putting him as the greatest of all time. I'm just struggling with that. But anyway, Levi, let us go ahead and talk.
I don't think you should take him any serious at all because he just comes up here. He likes to pick up dubs. He likes to get a reaction out of you because you can tell it in his voice.
No, does he have a?
Let me just mess with Ronbo. I want to get him riled up. That's why I called. Let me get him riled up. 49ers fans, and if Ronbo don't get riled up, the 49ers fans in the comments are gonna get riled up.
He loves the attention, doesn't he? Anyway, Levi, looking at our team right now, and it's just been a question tonight. And also, are we going to the playoffs this year? I got hit with that, and I couldn't answer really quickly. Can you answer really quickly?
Well, I'm confident we have all the chances of making the playoffs. I mean, our defense is really good. That's how we've been making the playoffs anyway, all along. 2019, defense great.
whenever our defense plays great, we got
do well.
So, but here's one thing, Ronbo, I gotta say, and it's thanks to one of my conspiracy theories. I ain't had that one in a while. I think the NFL only likes top 10 quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl. That's why when you see Jimmy playing, he's not top 10. As much as we like him, we don't really think he's top 10.
Mm.
And most other people think he's not good at all. They think he's okay at best.
Can't throw over 10 yards. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, and look at how the referees appreciate Jimmy. They're like, oh, man, he gets hit. You're like, wow, where the flag at? Oh, man, he ain't top 10. We ain't got no flag for him.
Ooh, that Chiefs game, that was blatantly nasty. Knocked Jimmy off the field all the way to the stands, standing on the sideline. Ref, you can tell me you didn't see that?
And there's other games, too. You watch it. You're like, dang, man, why they ain't throw the flag? Oh, it's because Jimmy ain't considered elite.
Yeah, helmet underneath the chin.
That's my thing about Trey Lance. Trey Lance has to show that he's elite. But once they show you elite, they'll call the play. They'll call it for you. Yeah. They don't think you're that great. Oh, well, I'm going to go say you can do nothing with it anyway. So that's my conspiracy theory of why I'm going to be on the pro Trey Lance train. And because I want him to be elite because they say he got all this high ceiling. And all I got to do is hope he can reach that high ceiling so that people will call him a top 10 quarterback. And then, the league will be like, okay, we don't match Trey Lance. We ain't going to make it extra hard. You got to play a perfect game to win.
You know what? Levi, you hit upon something we need to worry about, though. Levi, you know what? You hit up something we got to worry about. First of all, he's a rookie. And next, he's a 49er. Neither one of those are good things to have. Refs are going to be headhunting us. You know what you just said is frightening. That's a fact.
How did Patrick Mahomes lose last year? He went against the GOAT.
I know,
so
right?
They said, well, we ain't going to help. We're not going to help you this year.
There was more laundry on the field than any laundromat. I mean, they had flags was falling on every play when they played in that Super Bowl. All those flags they should have threw on the Chiefs. When we played them that year. They threw them on against the Chiefs, against Tom Brady. That was just an embarrassment.
Oh, man, you going to get Tom Brady now? So you going to have to have a perfect game. You missing left tackles and left guards and everything. So we ain't going to do no favors this year. And then he done fell to pieces.
I think they
he
had
went against Joe Burrow. Mr. Excitement Joe Burrow. So, Burrow's pretty good,
Yeah. Joe Burrow, you know what? He's got an offensive line coming up. He may be a golden boy next year, though. They might give him a break.
I don't know. I think you get an offensive line and give us some time. So I gotta wait and see.
It's just going to be interesting to see who wins AFC,
I know
period,
people
Levi.
think they're going to be good because they make some. Just because you get a new O-line don't mean it's better.
You know what, though? The Cleveland Browns need some experience. They did some things toward that in that game where even the coach, it's like Tony said, they should have ran the ball a little bit more because what's his name was having this way. The Rams do not like to work against the run. They're pretty good at letting that go. So they should have kept running. What's his name?
Well, Ronbo, one good thing is why I'm more confident about us making the playoffs this year. Part of the reason is, like I told you last year, I don't think the NFC West is going to be anywhere close to being the best division in football. Because after what I've seen from the Cardinals this year, this offseason, I can't imagine. I guess like Skip Bayless like to say, I ain't never seen anything like it in my life.
Levi, we ran our time.
How do you pay your guy big money, and then all of a sudden you turn him to pieces?
Levi, good stuff. Levi, we're going to go, though. All right, let me see you Tuesday, okay? And I agree.
All right, and I'll finish that Cardinals and why their collapse is going to lead to our further rise.
All right. Looking forward to it, okay? Appreciate you, fam. All right. Have a good night. And Joey, come on in. Joey. Joey?
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, I think Joey, tonight I just thought I'm looking at the defense. It looks like they're going to be number 1 or 2 this year. And then I thought about it. I said, okay, can we measure what they're doing in practice? Maybe should we pump the brakes a little bit. Let's call them top 5 until the offense gets their act completely together, because they're going through changes. Kyle's got half of them sitting down on the offense now a day. Which, Joey, I got to tell you, that kind of concerns me too, because Kyle, don't these guys need to work a little bit together? I mean, you have to work them all day, but I mean, you got George over here doing something else. You got this guy over here doing this. You got Trey's taking the day off, and Michael Lynch taking the day off. What's up? And so, of course, today it was bad for Trey. And I worry for Trey, because the fact of the matter is he needs time to develop some confidence. And if I'm going out there and I'm getting my brains beat out because I got no offensive line protection, and then maybe Kyle, hey, Joe, you know what I just thought about though, now I said? Maybe Kyle's doing that on purpose to see how well Trey does under that kind of duress. And he's already told everybody, listen, guys, don't touch your quarterback. That's why he's wearing the dark jersey. Just remember that. Joey, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Man, you just have a great team, Ronbo. That's it, You got great defense, great offense, So, defense is going to challenge the offense, and the offense is going to challenge the defense. Like, if you go back a couple of days ago, right, what was going on? Well, the defense was kicking the offense's ass. And then what happened? And then a few days later, the offenses were kicking the defense's ass. And then there was a fight with Fred Warner and Brandon Hughes. It's back and forth, bro, because one don't like the other, even though we're the same team. But offense versus defense is just making both sides better. So no matter who's better than the other, it's just one side of the ball in practice is going to make the other one look bad. You know what I mean? So iron sharpens iron, as we always say. And at the end of the day, it's just making our team better. So that's how I look at it. Preseason will show us everything with who's struggling and who's not.
Those are the guys that are trying to make the team.
It's actually a good problem to have, Ronbo.
Oh yeah, it is. And as who I forgot who I think that was Emilio. I forget. It is better for the defense to look dominant than the offense, because if the defense is getting dominated every day, then the problems are going to get worse during the season. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I have two question marks going into the season. Is who's gonna step up at center, and who's gonna step up at strong safety. So strong safety and center are my two question marks. How about you? What do you think?
Joey, run that question by me again. You say it again.
I said that my two question marks for center and strong safety, and then I said, as in if you had any question marks. Like,
yeah, I thought you said strong safety. Okay. Why do you? Strong safety. Why do you have Hufanga?
Hufanga, I'd prefer more. I like more. I'm a big fan of Tarvarius Moore.
Yeah, because he's out there. Him. Yeah, and they haven't decided who won that position yet, so that might be. Offensive line. The rest of the defensive unit, I don't see any real weaknesses with that unit, but I'm concerned with Burford because he's a rookie. Aaron Banks because he hasn't got much football under his belt. Brendel and Brunskill. Brunskill. I really wish at that particular position, it scares the bejesus out of me to know that Brunskill probably has more experience. Between the two, I think I'd rather start Brunskill because he's going to be able to quickly read the defense. Brendel's been working with Alex Mack for the last. That's just a big question mark for me. I have no idea which one's the best. They keep going back and forth every other day, switching them up. I wonder why.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question, Ronbo. Let's say we cut Jimmy and we save the money. Would you look at free agency right now and sign anybody that is appealing to you at this moment? Or would you rather just hang on to the money and just hang on to it down the line?
This is not hypothetical. I can answer this. I can tell you. I actually, when I'm in the guy, there's a center out there, Treader or something like that.
JC Treader.
Yeah. See, but then again, I haven't been paying attention to him. I heard he's good, but then he's always hurt. So he's probably going to be hurt even more.
Well,
go ahead.
But here's the thing with him, though. Here's the thing that I heard about him from someone else was that he don't practice. He's good, but he don't. Last year with his team, he didn't practice at all. And not only that, another thing
that hurt. Probably not working out. That'll get you hurt too.
Well, what I heard what I heard from a friend though, I mean I don't know how true it is, but the reason why no one's touched him is because he has surgery that
that's right.
he has surgery at the end of the year.
That's right.
He has surgery at the end of the year, and it was the same injury that Richburg had that ended his career, and they're saying that he may. They're saying that he may never play again, and so that's why no one's touched him.
All right.
That's what I heard. But
you're probably right, because a guy that talented, an offensive lineman too, he should have been gone a long time ago. And he's got those kind of problems that a lot of people know about. Yeah, they're not going to sign him. He's still not signed. And offensive linemen are hard to come by, Joey. That's just the bottom line, especially one that's any good.
That's bottom line, right? Yeah,
so
that's it. That's all, man. It's just we'll see what happens. But another guy that I'm really excited to see preseason is Danny Gray. I'm a huge Danny Gray fan. Love Danny Gray. Love that speed. So be curious to see how they use him, how they utilize Danny Gray in that offense. So it's gonna be a good season, Ronbo. Get your popcorn ready. Put your seatbelt on. So let's go.
Indeed, it's gonna be touch and go in the first couple of games because we're not sure what to expect. But man, if they romp and just rampage Chicago, that's going to be okay. See, this is who they are. We're not going to take all year to establish our identity, because last year it took them 6 weeks before they established who they were, and 2018 they never did establish who they were, but other than just bad. And in 2019, if they come out like they did in 2019, remember from week 1 in 2019 till did we win 8 in a row? You already knew who the 49ers were. We're going to beat you up. We're going to run. And if you make a mistake, we're going to bomb you. So let's see what they do this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
All right.
Hey,
All right,
man.
Joey?
Hey, I got to get out of here, but hey, man, shout out to your production team. Shout out to Ronbo Sports, man. Thank you for everything you do. Shout out to my boy Raymond, who I heard for the first time in a long time. Shout out to Raymond. Yeah. Shout out to Raymond. Shout out to you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll
Thanks,
see you next
Joey.
time, brother.
All right. Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night. There goes, hey, Tony.
Ronbo, good evening. How are you?
It is a good evening. Tony, when you get a chance, maybe you could sit Marketing Pro down and explain to him defense isn't just about Aaron Donald. If anything, some of the stuff he says I think is comedy. But that's like the first time he said Aaron Donald's the greatest defensive player in history, football history. That's not true. He's probably the top 10, maybe. But I don't know about the number 1.
Yeah. Exactly. I even put in the comments he's not even the top 5. I said top 10, yes, not even top 5. Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, what do you think about? Man, I was adamant. One of my subscribers sent me, and I saw on NFL Network with Kareem Hunt's requesting a trade. I responded to the comments. How dare he request a trade? He's lucky he's even in the league. He should be grateful he's even in the league.
After he kicked that girl like that, and we seen it all on film, like she's sitting down on the floor. I've been mad with him for a long time. Every time they hit him, I wanted to knock him all the way into the next county. That was just evil. And then he come back and he's gonna talk about, y'all
like
gonna pay me.
Yeah, people like that need to be locked in a room with like 10 or 15 men, including myself.
Yeah.
2 people standing outside the door. And don't open that door no matter what you hear until we give you.
Yeah, that's about right. I hate that. So you know what? Kareem Hunt, I hope they do trade him.
Man.
Trade him to Jacksonville.
I don't. Well, they said they weren't going to trade him. They said tonight they weren't going to trade him. The arrogance. This dude should be grateful he's even in the league.
I don't know what he's thinking.
And I want to trade it. Doesn't he know most teams have their starting running backs?
I know, especially at that position, Tony. Oh, so accurate.
Yeah, most teams got 2-3 backs. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to cut a couple. And I mean, Hunt's good as a running back. But, man, I ain't trading for you. I ain't giving the Browns nothing for you.
No. Hey, Ronbo, I saw a couple pieces of film, I guess it was from Friday, on Danny Gray. He looked good. He wasn't dropping passes.
Yeah. Danny Gray has been getting a bad rap by the media writers because they're saying that he's not, but Danny Gray just needs some time, just like everybody else who just came in this year, to get comfortable out there. I've heard some stories from players that got drafted at the 49ers. Last year, even Elijah Mitchell said he was a little bit freaked out when he first came. Him and Ambry Thomas both. And look what ended up happening after they got comfortable. People got to give him time.
Yep.
So
you don't have to worry about Samuel Womack having the jitters. He's a straight-up baller.
Yeah, Darqueze was supposed to be handed that job if Womack is coming in. And somebody said Womack is looking awfully good recently.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. He's got confidence. He's got swag.
Yeah, I said, oh.
But Ronbo, something else I saw. Did you see any of the Hall of Fame game? I know you don't watch that.
No, I know. I that in the
Artie Key had 2 sacks against his former team, the Raiders. Was dancing. Are you doing
wait, Tony, wait, back up, Tony. Let me hear that again. Arden Key had 2 sacks against the Raiders. Is that what you said?
Against the Raiders, yes. And was doing his little dance. And Ronbo at the time, the score was 26-3. I'm like, come on, man. Look at the scoreboard.
I know, Arden, man. Ain't nobody playing hard. Not at this point. Wait. Who was winning the game? Wait. I got that wrong. Who won the game?
The Raiders won the game. I think Jacksonville didn't even score a touchdown.
Oh, 26-3. And Arden's out there getting sacks, feeling good about it. Okay, now it makes it's more funny now.
Yeah.
The Raiders already sat down. The offensive linemen that played first string aren't playing Arden. Oh, God.
Exactly. We got to play. We played them our last preseason game, but we go to Don Bird's place on Friday.
All right. That's gonna be fun. Oh, Don.
So we're gonna be on Hard Knocks next week.
That's right. Detroit's on Hard Knocks, aren't they?
Yeah. But you know how they show highlights of the game?
Yeah.
We're gonna play our starters for a series or two, from what Coach Smith says, and then we're gonna get them out of there.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you're supposed to do. You'd be irresponsible doing anything else. So yeah. But you're only going to play vanilla offense anyway. It's actually I almost agree with the Rams. There's no need to put your starters out there. We're not looking at them unless I got some that are questionable. I may make him play, let him know that I'm watching him. But everybody else is usually just audition for the team. Maybe, I guess.
You think he'll play a series, Trey?
Well, he may play one series. I would expect him to play one series, and if he plays
That's what I would do and get him out.
Yeah, he may play a little bit more in the third game, but otherwise it's gonna be Brock Purdy and Sudfeld. I would guess.
Who do you guys play?
We play Green Bay. Yeah, Packers gonna bring in their rags.
Y'all go to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers ain't playing.
No, Aaron was sitting up. He'd be sitting up stands with a tank top on, his hair flowing, and looking all sweaty. What's wrong with him, Tony? Really, what is with Aaron in theatrics every year? Last year, he was moaning and groaning about everybody in the organization. And this year, he takes on movie personas. I mean, Aaron, he is a mental case, isn't he?
He thinks he's Aristotle or Socrates or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I got no respect for Aaron at this point because Aaron, he didn't even stick up for his boy. Although Devontae was tired of – I didn't know Devontae had an issue with Aaron. Devontae asked to leave. I didn't know that.
He probably just kept it quiet, not wanting to make it a public spectacle. You know how to trump some players with personality. Everybody doesn't go run it to the media about stuff.
But you would think a quarterback and a receiver with that kind of connection would be tight.
Yeah, but you can get tired of the antics sometimes.
Not knowing whether he's going to be here or not this year. Yeah, I'd say, Aaron, you know what? I'm gonna leave you and this anxiety. I got my boy on the phone, Derek, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna try to get over there. So you go ahead, man. It's pretty funny if he did call him and then go over there and say, "Yeah, playing with back-to-back two Hall of Famers it could be something." Aaron Rodgers took exception to that, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Hey, Ronbo, I think you guys probably will too. We're gonna work on our running game in this game.
Oh, we always do.
Friday. Yeah, we're gonna run the ball. Let's get that offensive line cohesion.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to know who our running backs are too, because we already know that Elijah Mitchell, who's going to probably see 2 or 3 seconds out there, but Trey, and also DTP. Yeah, those guys, they're going to get a few more carries though.
And Harold Murillo, I'm a grown ass man. You talking about I'm mental? I'm a grown ass man, which is something you not, whoever you are. Talking about I'm mental, you don't know nothing.
I know you.
Whoever you are.
Tony, I be dodging. People be throwing stuff at me like crazy. I want to say. So if I was in the chat, I'd be like I am on Twitter. You know, I mean, I'd be getting in all kind of arguments and fights.
Yes, sir. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
I know.
Yeah,
well, hey, what would sport be without this? Yes, indeed. Listen, everybody. You know what? Everybody has an offensive line issue. That's why we're all kind of equal. But the problem, Tony, is a lot of teams have a great pass rush, which makes things a real scary. Like I said last year, if you're a kid, 11, 12, 13 years old, and you're big and strong, and you can see your genes say you're going to be a big guy, work out hard, eat your veggies, drink your milk, as Hulk Hogan would say, take your vitamins, lift, get big. You come to the NFL, and you're good. You will be paid grand theft dough.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Put in some good work, get a good sweat up, and then if you're a starter, second stringer, get in, get a couple reps, and then get out. Go sit down.
That's it.
I always say go sit down come preseason, man, because I don't want my guys getting hurt.
Oh, it's so heartbreaking. Tony, you see, if Trent Williams goes out there and gets hurt, you'll see nothing in this chair, but you'll hear me talking from the floor. I'll be unconscious for a few minutes until I can finally breathe again. I'm going to go do now. I got a quarterback that needs protection, especially now. I got Michael will get you on the side. I'm not sure how long he's going to last. You put Justin School down there. Oh, no. What do we got?
Yeah.
Oh. Tony, I don't want to talk that into existence. Let us move on. Anyway, we got to go. Anything you want to say, Tony, because we got to go.
No, sir. Just stay healthy. Get through this preseason game, and then evaluate the talent. Look at the film after the game.
Ain't that the truth?
And Harold Murillo, you're a bomb. You're a bomb. Ronbo, I'll see you Tuesday.
I think Harold couldn't have been talking about you. Harold, you were talking about Tony.
Yeah,
anyway.
Caller. He's talking about the caller. Yeah, I don't even know this guy.
I think he's talking about the Aaron Donald joke. Anyway. Well, no, it looks like he was talking about. Okay. Anyway, Tony, I'll see you Tuesday, okay?
Yes, sir. Have a good night, sir.
You too. Night, Tony.
Take care.
Harold, I think is he talking about Marketing Pro? I think he is talking about Marketing Pro. Marketing Pro. Marketing Pro, you do that on purpose, don't you? You know your Marketing Pro knows he's just me. Although I did see somebody say 4,866 yards. Okay, you know what? That's 5,000 yards. I didn't realize he had passed for 1,000 yards in the playoffs. He may have. That's all y'all. But you know what? It is possible, but that's when all you guys do. You guys don't run the ball. I mean, you got your running back now back, but he got hurt. But when you're throwing the ball all day, I think Jared Goff had over 4,000 yards a couple of times as well. The Rams don't like to run the ball, except when you had Gurley. But since Gurley left, you guys have pretty much went to nothing but air attack. So, that's because they ran for 20. According to Ian Sharp. 187. We got a weak old line with a new quarterback. I'm sure it'll work out. It's going to. What we're saying is not real. Kyle. Who's that said I mentioned Kyle more than I never mentioned Grant Cole that much. I mentioned Grant when people start in about Grant. I might say something. But look, the offensive line, I got a feeling Kyle must have some kind of a plan. Otherwise, he has no business looking calm, cool, and collected. He always does, though. Except for last year, Kyle, he did start to look a little weird during that 3-5 stretch. I mean, the bags under his eyes, you could have packed out the entire, I mean, as if you were going on a 15-day trip. He was really, Kyle wasn't sleeping at night. He doesn't want that this year. Well, okay, well, let us not worry until it's necessary. We got this. I mean it. Fam, I'll see you Tuesday. 49ers taking tomorrow off anyway. Have a great night. By the way, did I say please subscribe? Please subscribe, guys. I love those subscriptions. And hit like. And thanks for the contributions. Where are my manners? Thank you very much. I always appreciate that. Where was I? Night.